The Dode Fox Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Dode Fox Podcast. And Paul, he's Ronnie, and to think a daft idea if Twa Numpties back in 2019 would still be here, 300 episodes later in our 7th season. It's quite incredible, and only possible because of you listening every week. Find out more at dodefoxpodcast.com. Follow us on socials at Dodefox Podcast, like, subscribe and click the notification bell on YouTube, and support the pod at buymeacoffee.com/Dodefox Podcast.
Coming up on this week's episode, the week that was, Hibs Preview, Loan Report, Women's Team, Academy Lads, the Tannadice Test, On This Day with the Arab Archive, and Morgaro Gomis is a special guest. It's all coming up on episode 300 of the Dode Fox Podcast.
Hi, you're speaking to Nadir Chifchi. You're listening to Dode Fox Podcast.
So welcome back to the award-winning Dode Fox Podcast with the world's busiest man this weekend, Paul McNichol, and trying to keep Martin away for the clubby dance floor this afternoon, Ronnie Costello. Episode 300.
We've made it. Somehow, some way, yeah. And it's been an absolute pleasure and a privilege to sit across for you for at least 6 of the episodes, Rondo. So I thank you for your time, Miss Sundays. But it's ridiculous to look at my phone and it says episode 300. And as you say, it is only because people listen to this nonsense that we've decided to just keep it going.
It's kind of the only way.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
People couldn't be arsed, then we would neither.
Correct.
And obviously this season we've jumped into YouTube. That's a whole new world. TikTok, Reels.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, so I was out with the dogs last night walking past the local Chinese, and the delivery driver's like, I saw you on the internet the other day. He was like, what podcast is it you did?
Nah. What website?
No, websites, no OnlyFans, nothing like that. He's like, what podcast is it you did? I was like, it's the Dode Fox. But like, I didn't kind of, I'm like, is he taking the piss? Like, what's going on? I was like, it's a Dode Fox podcast, buddy. I says it's, speak about United at the time. He's like, oh, I don't kind of question it then. I'm a Dundee fan.
Lol.
And then we just had that awkward stare at each other like, I don't can. And then 5 seconds later, we spoke about the derby last week. We were both in agreement. Dundee were shite. And then I went on my merry way.
Excellent.
Yeah. Boom.
Well, I think it could be because of, like, say, there's clips and there's reels and there's TikTok.
It was a weird reel because
a YouTube short.
Yes, he says. He was like, because I agreed with what you were saying, although I didn't kind of how I seen it because I'm a Dundee fan. So it must have been when we were on about the goal. I'm Bylan. That's what it was.
Well, looking back, you still would be.
Oh, you would be.
Not the best. Wasn't the best, but that's
from your point of view, an absolute raker.
An absolute thunderstruck. Thunderstruck? Oh, I was going to say another word, but I better not. Certainly. But yeah, episode. It's kind of amazing to look back on. Episode 9 was our first ex-player guest, Andy McLaren. To later on this episode, another Scottish Cup winner.
Yeah. A club legend. I mean, you could make the argument. But and in between, like the bookends of Andy McLaren and Sir James of Gomez, like we've had some unbelievable guests as well, and I include the fans in that when we have them on as well. It's it's great fun, and it is a privilege to get to do it, I suppose.
Yeah, no, it is. Even some early Sunday mornings, I need to see your face. But there we go. It's going to be, it's packed because Jimmy Gomez is on the episode. That's why it's busy. I mean, it's international break.
Yeah.
Back Scotland on Friday?
I did. Yeah, I did. I thought they'd done all right. Like, I think you probably would have took a draw before the game. That's what they got. There was chances where they probably could have and should have scored. So yeah, I thought they were good. But then it's Scotland, isn't it? You never really know what you're going to get when it's. For as long as I've been on this earth, when it's a game that we think we might struggle with, you sometimes do all right, or you usually do all right. And when it's a game that we're playing the Faroe Islands and you're putting the hoose on it, then we really struggle. It's just always been that way. I don't know why that is, but I thought they played quite well on Friday.
Yeah, and it was like Denmark have been on a really good run, but that's obviously the last two The last two they've not won were against Scotland. Obviously, Scotland beat them, and then on Friday. And I think it was one of those backs to the wall performances at times. And I think anybody, when that team come out, went, here we go again.
Who about? The laddie Hanley.
I mean,
he was outstanding.
He was, but I think it's because put the ban for him to put his noggin on. Fair enough.
Yeah, you get boys that grow up and just want to score goals, and you get boys that grow up and just want to put their body in between the bar and the rain goal.
Yeah,
and the shaved panda, Grant Hanley, he is the man for that job.
Is that a match?
Yeah.
But you look at, you do look at the team and you think, how's Billy Gilmore on that team?
Yeah.
But it was a different type of midfield performance. I think the front two really struggled at times just because of the way we were playing. But ultimately, they've come over with a pretty good point.
That's it. Even if Gilmore had started, and
Meg-Gore, it was tough to watch.
That was at times.
That's good. It's a great result.
Yeah,
it's a good point.
Yeah,
on the road.
It's a great result if they win on Monday. If they shit the bed on Monday, then you're we've absolutely we've goosed it here.
There is that. And, we've seen this movie before.
Yes, we have.
So, yeah.
Too often.
Yeah. But the footballing fix this weekend has, of course, been Scotland. You'll mention the Yang team that were in action.
Mm-hmm.
They were in action yesterday, obviously, away for him. But, yeah, it's a United-less weekend, but at least it's because it's an international break and then in 12 weeks when we're
in the cup. Yeah. But still, it has felt so stop-start this season for a number of reasons.
Yeah, but again, just to go on that point of, I think it was last week you said, might have been unreal. I don't know. But the break for the players has probably ultimately been pretty good, given that
100%, yeah.
There's an outside chance Trapanovsky and Strain could be on that bench on Saturday,
which strengthens the squad.
100%. So in that I get, but that massive break of the last home game to the next home game, I know it's come early. We'll mention it's come early about 4 days. That's a long stint away for him, and then we go three on the bounce, obviously in 10, 11 days or something. Yeah. But yeah, it's always shite with it, but at least this is what I'm saying. This is a break we knew about. The Aberdeen and the shut the bed, obviously.
Yes.
But then 2 weeks' time is because we shut the bed.
Literally, yeah. Yes, we did. An Ayrshire bed.
You know what I found yesterday? This is about as exciting as my Saturday got.
Mm-hmm.
There was mice running about my baggies.
Oh, that's no good.
No, it's no good.
No.
They can't get rid of them.
The dog? Scared of them? Get a cat.
You've seen her, eh? She's a pup.
Get a cat.
So I need to address that situation.
What, they under the decking or something?
I've seen them running on said decking. So okay. I can't what to do. I can't get rid of them.
So call Ricky. He's your man.
That's what we'll do.
Neil Ricky. Get in touch with him.
That's what we'll do.
Eco Pest Control.
Come and find Mickey and his pals.
Yeah.
And get rid.
All joking aside, give Ricky a phone. He'll help you.
Honestly, I just looked at running about the middle deck and I was like, I just cleaned you.
Yeah.
You did.
Ricky's the moose whisperer.
Well,
he'll get rid of them. He's a wasp whisperer, a moose whisperer.
He will need to whisper into its ear, saying, "Come on out
and get to feck."
Come with me.
Leave Rondo alone.
Aye, so yeah, not the best, but that's how the weekend's been so far.
Yeah,
I'll be babysitting Martin in about 8 hours.
Wow.
Right, the week it was. Richard O'Dara has left United, mutual consent. Only 3 league starts in his 13 appearances, and that is absolutely the least shocking news of the transfer window.
Yeah, 100%. It was the most longest drawn out conclusion that I think we all knew was going to happen. Even when he came back from at the start of pre-season, I think Miss fans probably thought he'll not be here at the start of the season. Albeit he was, but he only lasted a few weeks. I don't think he was in any matchday squads out with pre-season games.
I don't think so.
Squad, did he? He certainly wasn't in the Euro squad list. So it's for the best. He was probably
and given he was playing at centre half in most of these pre-season games.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think we were all quite surprised. And listen, he's sitting a year on his deal. He had every right to sit on it. Didn't fancy some of the offers that have came in. But again, now he's away with the international setup, and then he'll find himself a team. And there was interest in him, but he just didn't fancy any of them.
That's the only time he ever got a game. Like, what did he play? 13 times for us?
Yes.
3 for the start or something like that. But it's, he never. One of the first times I seen him was in I think it was the Reserve Cup or something last season when he played against Dundee. And that was a game where when I went down, I thought he's going to hit he should be the best man on the park here because it's a lot of youngsters. And he just wasn't. And that was kind of alarm bells ringing at that time. We've seen him in the first team a few times. He just never looked up to speed with the quickness of the game. And ultimately, it was a punt that's just no worked out for her.
Yeah.
And it happens.
Sometimes it happens.
It happens, yeah.
I mean, we may be 7 days in to this month, but most United fans got a surprise when they turned the calendar over on the 1st.
They did, yeah. So, like, Rondo's bringing that up because I was saying to him, like, Leo's pretty hopeless at turning the calendar over on time, so I just done it the other day, and I was greeted with the September faces of Richard O'Dada and Meshack. Yeah, for the calendar, which is always a good laugh when they produce these calendars. And I said it to Rondo, like, my thinking is, boys that are on 2-year contracts, stick them in the second half of the year for the calendar. Boys that are maybe out of contract in the summer, give them the first few months of the calendar. Otherwise, this will happen for all of eternity, Rondo.
Do you want to share your ideas? We were working out here for a calendar.
Well, me and you could do a calendar. You
didn't leave it at that.
No. With the help of AI, we could do a calendar.
I believe you said we could do a naked calendar and sign it. I didn't care what I was needing that to flag in and be a wall.
I'll get rid of the mice anyway, will it?
Well, maybe it will. Well, the main mice in it might run away. But yeah, it's probably no a shock, but like I say, it's now mutual consent. He is a player away, knowing that you were thinking, oh, gee, what a shock that is. I think we are kind of new. And it just didn't work for him for whatever reason.
Simple as that.
Yeah. The Sheep Game's got a rearranged date. It'll now kick off 7:45 on Tuesday, the 23rd of September, which is the first of 3 home games in a row. I think Kilmarnock is the second one, and the third, and I can't mind off the top of my head, but
St Mirren?
Possible, I've no idea. Land of the Gents against Gents, that'll be
excellent.
But yeah, that has been rearranged.
Yeah, good. Into them.
Yeah, I mean, there is a obviously it will come up in a preview next week, the week after, but that is a team that have went balls deep on spending money, and even on Monday to bring in, Kevin Nisbet, some winger. The following day they bring Stuart Armstrong in. You can't tell me the coach that he is, the philosophy he's got, the type of players he's brought in, the master plan was to bring in a 33-year-old on a 2-year deal.
No, does it seem like a panic? I'm not sure panic's the right word, but I didn't think that was part of the plan. I really didn't. But it just, whatever he's done hasn't really worked. And again, I will say, he did win the cup. But out with that, it's not really worked. All these players that he's brought in and he's trying to throw together. So hopefully the doesn't work continues.
Absolutely.
No. Or worse. Or they get worse. That'd be even better.
Yeah, I think it's that, and it's just really.
They are throwing about a lot of dosh, and the wages, the wage bill will be incredibly high.
I mean, I suppose the thing is, the Kevin Nisbet it's pretty less obvious. He was there last season. Totally get
he's
that.
A good player. He kens his way to the goal.
But he's in some other winger that apparently is on big dosh and signed for big money and whatever, and you think, wow.
Yeah.
Like,
as you say, they've went all in.
Bottom league 8 points.
It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. I'm all for it.
Fucking stop laughing. The Loan Report has a new man on it. Lewis O'Donnell is headed to Cove until January.
Yeah, definitely a good move for him. We'll just see how it goes. We'll just see how highly rated. Like, we keep hearing that, and from what we've seen, I think most fans that have saw him in a couple of games that he's played, we're of the same opinion. Like, the lad, he's got something about him, so he needs to go there and play every game, in my opinion. Bar an injury, and really put a stamp on that team.
Yeah. Anything about the manager you might have mentioned?
Oh, Jim Goodwin. So all these reports. Now, I'm not sure if it's in the press or it's just on social media where Goodwin's getting linked with Celtic. And I'm not necessarily certain that it's linked to the manager's job. I think it's more the director of football, because he's...
Who knows?
Yeah. I don't like... They are absolute rumours at this stage.
I mean, we talk about entitled fan bases sometimes. Holy shit, when it comes to an arse cheek, it's off the scale.
Yeah. It really is. Like they're... I think they're... Well, Celtic had to put a statement out themselves, didn't they? Like saying, well...
You gave up reading.
It's far too long. It was more than 20 words around.
Unbelievable.
I'm used to the Rangers' statements when they put them out. No, but like, you're right. They're demanding to know who they're going for and everything about transfer business. Wow. That's never been how it works. Like that's just not the way it works. I can get, know that we're a Celtic podcast, but I can get why they would be frustrated, because on the face of it, they are extremely cash rich. And they're just not spending much of that money for whatever reason. So I can understand their fans' frustration, but...
Up them.
You took the words right out of my mouth there, Rhonda. That's exactly where I was going.
Up them.
I couldn't care less.
Yeah. The derby last week
for manager.
Was his 400th competitive match as a manager.
Yeah, and a good way to bring that in with a win as well.
Yeah. Do you know he started himself in his first game as a manager at Alloa?
Is that right? Yeah. So he started as player manager then?
Yeah. Alloa. Named himself the start lineup.
Okay. Did he quickly drop himself in the second game?
Well, they beat Brecon 1-0.
Anybody beat.
The thing is as well, right? You're on about Goodwin that kind of goes with the back. Like, see, the mayor have seen it. I think Stuart Armstrong tried to bite Jim Goodwin's arm, in that photo.
Possibly.
I think he maybe tried to attack him.
There's an argument to be made.
Huh?
There's an argument to be made.
There'll be an argument getting shouted about on a Tuesday night.
Quite possibly.
Regardless of how nice his hair is.
Doesn't matter these days, does it?
No, it does not. But yeah, 400 games. That was his 400th game.
Yeah. Well, that in itself's an achievement.
Yeah. And for all the chat on the contract, though, I'm a bit surprised with maybe no. Because he said it should be sorted soon. And
well, maybe it's him that's been starting all these rumours about Celtic then, eh? We all know he's got a penchant for that team.
This is how we get in trouble. But yeah, I mean, that's over 100 games now at United.
Yeah.
Was it three sort of 2 or 3 full rebuilds?
Every season, yeah.
You know,
and like I would put my neck on the line and say he's pretty good at these rebuilds as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like all joking aside, we don't want him to go anywhere. If there's a contract that's getting negotiated and whatever just now, then I'm looking for him to get his signature on the bottom of that page, and the sooner the better.
To throw one out of you, in the entire league setup of the 4 divisions, roughly, I'm not asking for an exact number, where do you think he is in terms of longest serving manager?
So if, what is it, 40 teams, 42 teams?
Yeah, and have an ish, so you don't need to be bang on, but ish, roughly where do you think he probably sits?
8 to 10.
You're close, he's 11th.
11th, yeah, there can't be many more. Well, there isn't many more.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's number 1?
I've named
What's been there the longest? That'll be some lower league team, eh? Spartans or something. Your eyes. Don't worry about it.
I'll tell you right now, I've just found it. So if you go for 11th,
yeah,
Jim Goodwin, 900 and odd days. Paul Hartley, Cove. Gary Naismith, Stenishmuir.
Mm-hmm.
So above that, the top 8 are all over 1,000 days, right? John Rankin of Hamilton. John McGlynn, Falkirk. Stephen Robinson, St Mirren. Dougie Emery at Morton. Stevie Farrell, Dumbarton. Top 3.
I'm thinking Spartans.
Spartans number 1, right. 4,828.
Wow.
13 year.
Wow.
Yep. Dougie Samuel. 2, just up the road, or a wee bit further up the road.
Peterhead.
Montrose.
Stuart Peterhead. Oh, Peter, yeah.
3,185. And Premiership manager?
Longest serving Premiership manager. And it isn't a Stephen Robinson?
Nah, it's pretty obvious. It should be obvious.
Again, it's not Russell Martin. Martindale.
David Martindale, yeah. That's the sort of top 10, top 11. Just behind Goodwin, it's like the 2 managers at Peterhead in 887. I didn't realise that's so long.
I know, because they took over for Jimmy Mack, did they? And he was there about 100 years himself.
Wow, yeah.
Some going.
It is some going. Yeah,
some going.
It's some going when you think about it, and I just scanned this list. See the amount of ex-United boys on it. like you think like obviously Rankin's on there.
Mark Wilson will be on it. Particularly.
Mark Wilson's on it. Stephen Presley's on it. McInnes is on it.
Oh, well, we're not claiming Stephen Presley.
Barry Robinson's on.
Take that back.
I mean, he's an expensive player. I think you've got to. But and interesting. Quite an interesting there. But if I could find my place again, but we will. Right, where are they now?
Where are they?
David Babinski.
He's went home.
He has.
For the
3-year deal.
For the first time in his career, apparently.
Yeah.
He's going to play in his homeland.
FK Vardar, I think they're called.
I've heard of them, yeah. Genuinely, I've heard of them. Ken nothing about them.
Championship manager or something.
Possibly, but I've definitely heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah, so he signed a 3-year deal. He did say he would take his time, but he signed up and
he did it.
I think they're doing. I think they're doing relatively okay. I think they've done. They might. We might be in Toad Fox podcast stat.
I hope we are.
Fact category. They might be the reigning cup winners or something.
Well, maybe that's how I've heard of them.
Or it's complete bullshit, and I've totally made that up.
Yeah, no, fair play to him.
Yeah, it was something that
it's probably the end. It's definitely the end of his career, more than it is the start. And for him to go home, although I thought he stayed in Barcelona, I thought he had a house there.
No bad.
Hey ho,
no bad.
3-year deal. He's done well, Rondo.
Yeah, he has. Well. Mention it sort of briefly there. Obviously, Strain Trapanovsky could possibly be around about the squad next week, which you're not expecting too much for them, but it would be a nice welcome boost just to on the bench, a bit of experience coming onto it, and to get the two back.
It further strengthens the bench as well, doesn't it? That you would still imagine they'll be a few weeks away from full fitness, because like in the old days when you would get back to fitness and you would play 2-3.
Hi,
it's Ryan Gold. Just come and speak to me.
Goldie, bugger off, will you? Episode 300, and he's basically bombed.
Yeah, in here just goes out.
He's bombed with. But it's not like the old days where they get back to fitness and training and they play a few reserve games. That doesn't happen. So they'll probably hit to bide their time, or hopefully they'll hit to bide their time on the bench. And I say that because if they are hitting to bide their time, we're obviously doing quite well on the park. So yeah, it will be good to have them in the squad, though. It definitely strengthens the bench for a while.
So your Toad Fox fact that we're facing St Mirren.
Wild.
Quickly, Livingston.
Well, similar.
Yeah, it's Livingston. So it's Aberdeen on the 23rd September. That's the Tuesday. That Saturday we play Kilmarnock, and then the following Saturday it's Livingston. So 3 games in sort of 10 days. So to get these two even in around the team over those 3 games, maybe get a wee bit of action here and there. It's a boost to the squad, given it's been a very young bench. Obviously, Owen Sturton missed the derby, so that's no bad.
Is he no grounded anymore?
I think he's
must not clean.
He's off the VKs. He's off the VKs.
Right, well, that's fair enough. None to be taking this serious now.
Yeah, obviously Max Waters joined them on there. Just behind them, Ross Graham. We're expecting the end of October. Obviously Isaac Papo long term and into next year. But like I say, just getting a couple of more experienced players back would be a boost. I've got it in front of me. After the Livingston game, we have a free week.
No, another.
I think it's for Scotland, though. I think it is for Scotland because they're at Him. They've got 2 Him games. We then go to Castle Grayskull. We then have St Mirren at home on the 25th of October, and then we're away to Fir Park on a Wednesday night on the 29th of October. So I kind of go to that and pretend I'm going for the game and not avoid Halloween people chopping on the door, which I've done for 2 years.
True. I've got an issue with the Castle Grayskull reference. So.
Well, so do I,
because that's He-Man's.
I can. But
Snake Mountains were that prick Skeletor.
It's just the thing that we've said. And again, if you're going to bring up the movie, go fuck yourself, because it's shite. Right? I've said this before. It's a terrible movie. I will die on that hill. Cartoon class.
Cartoon is class.
The movie bollocks.
Yep.
And that concludes this week's film review section.
It does.
Of the podcast.
Let's move on. Any news on Alan Campbell? He's still on trial.
I've got nothing on him.
Crimes against football. That sort of trial.
I've got absolutely nothing. Nothing on him.
That's crazy.
To be honest. But
then if he's out of contract, he can still sign me literally anybody.
Yeah, and the thing with the Richard O'Dara thing, people, again, it's hardly like we can bring breaking news here, But because he was released on deadline day, he can then sign for anyone. Because if he got released like the day after, he can't sign for anybody.
Yeah.
So it's
so it makes sense. It's only fair, isn't it? If you're not going to keep him around, then release him the day before or on.
And again, he had every right to sat on that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's where we are at the moment. So, but hopefully we'll get a few more players back for that one. While we're on it, we'll change things round for the half-arse list we've got. Let's just talk about the Hibs game, because it's kind of, we're talking about the players, and that is obviously coming up. Hibs away. It's on the TV. Is it 5:15, 5:30, 5:45, something like that on
Thursday? I'm pretty sure it's
5:45.
I think. Yeah.
They're obviously they're sitting third, 5 points. We're sitting behind them. It's very too early to tell. But that turnaround last season for being utter dog shit.
Yeah. The opposite of Aberdeen.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think we said that a few times. It's hard to say what you're going to get, but another team that spent a little bit of money.
Yeah. I'm assuming they're favourites for the match at Miss Bookies. Like I'm not a betting man, but I'm assuming they're at him. They've got on paper probably the better squad, the more well-known squad, and it does look like he's put together another half-decent team. I watched a couple of their games in Europe, and they did very well. They were unlucky in the end to go out, but they did Hibs it a wee bit at the end. We conceded late goals. I'm just hoping that we get the poorer version of Grant Hanley if he's in the team, and also the boy Bushiri, who I don't think is a great player, but he is a bit of a weapon when he's in our box for set pieces and corners and that. He can cause a lot of bother, but we could keep him down the other end of the park, and if he's got the ball at his feet, and bad things can happen for the Hibbies because he's not the best. But they do have a good side this season, and they are continuing on for the end of last season where they were very good. But I would suggest the pressure's on them. They'll be expecting to go and beat us.
Head-to-head trends. Historically, it's a tight fixture, moderate goal average, but Hibs would have the edge in recent times. Predictions, you mentioned bookies and whatever. Over 2.5 total goals is the expectation.
Well, Dolchek's going to score about 3, so
I was going to say 2 on United.
I'll take that.
Slight home bias, but an away upset is possible.
Yeah, I would say so. I think in some ways United are an unknown quantity for most teams, because there's a few games this season that people can watch and say, right, we can how they're going to play, but in general you don't really can much about the players that we've brought in. We're going to have to be tight at the back with the boy Bowie up front. He's a good player.
Very good player.
He's a good player.
Very good player.
But I'm still a bit salty for that game where Dalby's goal got chopped off, and then we didn't get a corner, which then led to them scoring up the other end of the park about 10 seconds later. So I don't know if anybody in that dressing room will be thinking about revenge, but I will be around it 100%.
Yeah, I mean, we had so many moments you could pick out last season.
Shafted.
2-footed dunk.
Absolutely shafted. I just hope it doesn't come down to a VAR thing again, because that was really frustrating. Really frustrating. Yeah. Felt cheated.
Yeah. And you see it now on like social media and stuff on Tuesday, or maybe a Tuesday it's published, but what the referee is. And people just go, for fuck.
But
what's the point?
It could be any name, and I'll think that. Because they're all much of a muchness, to be honest with you.
Obviously, some of the players on national duty and stuff, Yuri Ovo was in the Moldovan squad, didn't get on, but see what the referee was?
No.
Brother Bean.
Wow. Yuri will be like, what's going on here? Can't get rid of these guys.
They don't just see you. You prick. Allegedly. But yeah, it's even Hibs have, the boy Bowie is a good player. They've spent £1 million on another boy, and they got £1 million for the fucking fullback.
Yeah,
we've discussed.
They've done well. They've done well to get that for him.
Wow,
no doubt. But they're a good team. They're a good team. They've got a good squad. Similar to Aberdeen, it's quite an expensively assembled squad, I would suggest.
I really like the boy. I actually didn't realise he was on loan, but the boy Triantas, he was on loan for Sunderland.
Yeah,
I didn't realise that he was a really good player.
Yeah.
And you think, why's he not on the team? And then I Google it and go, he's actually their player.
Yeah,
he's a good player.
He was a good player.
And obviously we seen it, the boy, the crosses that came into our box, and the weeest boy in the world, Dwight Gale, got in the end.
Yeah.
But the Caddens, good players. Lego head, spray on head, call them what you will.
Oh, yeah.
Rapido, but that'll be a
Yes.
good battle, him and Will Ferry.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
Token
it because, as I say, they'll be going into that game with loads of confidence, but I would like to think we will as well. Yeah. And they've got the pressure and expectation on them. Their fans will be expecting to turn up and to see them turn us over, whether that's like 1-0, 2-0, or basically just to win. But I think we've got an excellent chance to go there and get something.
Absolutely, it's got to be the plan, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's 5:45. Pretty sure it's on Premier Sport on Saturday night in the capital.
Mm-hmm.
Right then, buy me a coffee this week. We have an extensive list, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
I gave you the responsibility to read them this week.
Okay, that's no problem. So Alan Mackay bought 2 coffees. Beautiful Monday. Keep up the good work, lads. Smudge became a monthly subscriber or supporter, whatever way you want to put it. Richie G, he bought 3 coffees. Couple of wallopers that help with my Monday commute. Been listening since the beginning. Glad can support you guys in more ways now. Keep it up, you couple of legends. Can't be speaking about us.
He spelled arseholes wrong.
He did spell arseholes wildly wrong. Cammy Welsh bought 2 coffees. Class podcast, lads. Keep it up. But what's the obsession with Rondo calling past present players, managers, sexy? What is the obsession?
Call it what you see. You've got to call it what you see.
Okay.
Even
ones that are tainted.
You called him big sexy. I just went along with it.
Who?
Charlie Mulgrew.
Oh, he's dead to me.
But you did.
He's dead to me.
You called him that. I just went along with it.
He's undoubtedly a handsome man. But
I mean, he's not the most handsome.
But he let me down. He let me down in the end.
Yeah, the most handsome. Well, he was hanging up there the other week.
You think Big Beautiful Tony is the most handsome?
Come on, man.
They're looking at Davy Bowman and Davy Dodds. You're having a laugh. You're no right. Craig McD bought 2 coffees. Loving the move to YouTube, guys. Personally find it hard to concentrate on audio-only podcasts, but keep up the smashing work and mon the shed. Stuart Jameson bought 3 coffees. Love the podcast. Good luck with the blank weeks coming up. I'll be listening whatever happens. Keep the banter flowing and come on United. And that's not the boss of Norman Jameson fame.
I like that. I did like that.
That's what I thought it was when I saw it.
I'd be expecting me on 3 coffees right enough.
Big Gav, congratulations on reaching 300, lads. Absolutely fantastic. Who would have thought 2 Muppets talking shite each week would catch on? Seriously, it's a great way to start the week. Mon the shed. Big Gav, not us. We wouldn't have thought it would have caught on. We sell boxes. They bought 5 coffees this week. Been a staple listen for a good while now, and my number 1 go-to for keeping up with all things Tangerine past and present. Even managed to convert a Sudanese workmate to United through the podcast, despite his "Is this guy ever happy?" comment about Paul. Mon the Moners and shed rule your bass. And someone bought...
Whoa.
So, I was just hoping to gloss over that there, Rondo.
So, is this guy ever happy? No. For 297 episodes, no. As soon as he got into his flow, he realised, nah.
There's been a couple of high points.
Is incredible.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that is. And the last one, someone bought 3 coffees. Superb podcast, lads. Great listen early Monday to set the week up. All the best on your 300th episode. Big Sam Cleal Harding's dad. Nice one. Thank you very much. No, for everybody that's been buying the coffees, genuinely, thank you very much. It does help cover the costs of putting this nonsense out. And to the Sudanese gentleman, I'm happy sometimes. Christ almighty. Not a lot, but sometimes I'm quite happy. Just know when Ronnie presses record. That's all.
All right, yeah, fair enough. There's a lot of fun coming up in a little bit. Also,
that wasn't mentioned by any Sudanese gentleman about your fun.
He's probably having a lot of fun, but there's a lot still to amazingly get through. But let's, if you're on YouTube, certainly turn our attention to this wall of kit.
Yeah.
Today is the
13.
For those listening in audio only.
It's a 13, 14, I think.
Yeah, it's a tangerine with the black that comes up for the bottom about halfway. Colour's the sponsor. Nike are the manufacturer. It's a bracket.
I liked it.
It's a bracket.
I would have liked it if the bit on the front had went round the back as well, personally.
Yeah.
But that seems to be the way these days.
Yeah.
And I said to Rondo when I hung it on the wall today, who is the person that you think of first when you see that?
Andy Robertson.
And I've got to be honest, I'm in complete agreement. And then I thought, Andy Robertson, some of his teammates weren't half bad either. We had Big Nadia, We had Ryan Gold, who rudely interrupted earlier on episode 300, trying to tart the glory favour. The once great Stuart Armstrong, he would have wore that top. John Rankin, Pates, they would have worn it. It's a nice top. I quite like it.
That's a cracker.
Yeah.
That's a cracker. Time for some fun.
20% last week. Can I beat that?
I think you'll be all right this week.
You think that every week, Rondo?
No.
You've got the answers in front of you. Don't be a prick.
So this is the Tannadice Test. It's 5 rounds, and if Paul gets 3 right, he's doing all right. He gets 4 right, he's doing really well. If he gets 5 right, he's seen the answers. So round number 1, player profile. We're going to start nice and easy. Born February 13th, 1956.
1956.
That's
what
it.
Does that mark him? 69.
That's your only clue. No. Signed April 30th, 1973. Went on to make 293 appearances, scored 21 goals, and he also played for Arbroath, Brecon City, Greenock Morton, and St Johnstone. There's the Fermers again, man. They sneak in every week.
Podcast pal Graham Payne would be my shout.
Correct.
20%.
1 out of 1. Higher or lower is round number 2 this week. Billy Dodds scored 10 penalties for United. Is Nicky Clark's record from the spot higher or lower?
Instantly, I'm thinking lower.
Billy Dodds scored 10 for the spot. Nicky Clark, higher or lower?
I'm going to say lower.
Lower.
Yeah.
Number? Roughly?
7.
7?
Bollocks.
12.
12.
12. Yeah.
See, the Sudanese gentleman's got a valid point now, because I'm thinking of one that he missed. Why does my mind do that to me, Rondo? Why am I so negative? I'm thinking I was up in Dingwall on a Tuesday night in the League Cup in the group stages, early doors. Shabba was the manager, Nicky Clark. Penalty to win it near the end. Missed. Although he did score in at Dens, and he scored another 11 somewhere else. Very good.
Round number 3.
Hopeless.
Season snapshot. United finished the season in 4th place. Got to the quarterfinals of both cup competitions. Our highest attendance was a Dundee derby. There was near 13,000 there. We reportedly spent £315,000 on a player who was among 12 new signings this season. Our top scorer failed to get double figures. We went on a 7-match unbeaten run during the season, which included a derby win, obviously, and a draw at Parkhead, with the same player scoring in both games. I'm not going to let it's tough that in, but it's obvious because I've got the answer.
I'm thinking same player scored in both games. That could be Stuart Armstrong, because he's definitely scored at Parkhead.
It's not him.
It's definitely not him.
It's not him.
Damn it. Well, I'm absolutely goosed.
Well, I'll give you a clue, right? Because it's quite tough. Right? The scorer in both those games is a podcast pal.
I mean, that's up there with as bad a clue as you could ever receive, I suppose. Because I've only spoke to like 3 guests.
He is a podcast pal
back in
close
the day.
to us in this thing we call a studio.
So he stays in the ferry. I've no idea. Before you gave me the rubbish clues, I was thinking 14, 15, 13, 14 time, but I don't think it's anything like that. It must be quite 7,000 him gam or him attendance. I'm going to go something wild, Rondo. I'm going to say 96, 97, and I think I'm about 25 years out. Miles out.
The clue, he was close to us. He's right behind you.
I thought you meant like where he's died.
21, 22.
21, 22.
Yeah, apparently we spent 300 odd grand on Imuniscusson.
No way.
Apparently, according to the research.
According to the Dode Fox Facts.
no.
.com.
Just
There's no danger.
Yeah, I think the top scorer that failed to get double figures was Nicky Clark as well.
Oh, they've missed penalty.
Yeah, and apparently, it was Ian Hart scored in both 3 games. Scored the Derby winner and scored at Parkhead. This kind of crossed it for him.
I misinterpreted what you were saying. I thought you meant he scored at Parkhead and he scored at Tannadice against Celtic.
Oh no.
I'm going to go back and listen to this and see if you've
included a Derby win and a draw at Parkhead.
Right, okay. Disgraceful. That was a hard one.
1 out of 3.
Yeah, I wasn't far off though, was I? Literally, it was about 25 years out.
Also played for Billericay Town, Birmingham City, Blackburn Rovers, Bury, Chesterfield, Forest Green Rovers, Greenock Morton, Grimsby Town, Motherwell, Oldham, Port Vale, Rotherham, Solihull Moors, Tranmere Rovers. This is obvious.
Gavin Gunnan is the only name I could think of.
Correct.
Gavin Gunnan. But half of the majority of the teams actually, I had no idea he played for them.
Got a different round number 5 for you. This is called What's the Game? I'm going to tell you the goal scorers. You need to tell me the opponent, the competition, and the season. And I'll give you a point for each. So if you get them right, you will get 5 out of 5, technically. So, some weeks you could go beyond that and get 8 out of 5, and it'll be taps off.
8 out of 5 is impossible.
No, with these bonus points. These are bonus.
8 out of 8.
It wouldn't be, because I'm no
people will pull us up on this, okay? Mathematicians and people that are good at arithmetic.
Ken, that's no possible, lads. Well, I've made it possible. So I'm going to tell you the goal scorers.
And I've got to tell you the game.
The opponent,
the
competition, and the season.
Right, okay. Wow. Okay.
So the competition and the season are are kind of bonus. But ready?
Mm-hmm.
These are in order they were scored in the game.
Okay.
Sheridan, Mackay-Stephen, Heffernan, Daly. There's fingers out of that. If you're audio only, the picture, you're not getting any of this. Paul's got his fingers out.
Sheridan, Mackay-Stephen,
Heffernan, Daly.
Right, okay, so it's 3-all.
Mm-hmm.
It's
You didn't get a point for the result, by the way.
No, it's Kilmarnock.
Correct.
It was a league game.
Correct.
And it would have been 2012-2013.
Correct.
Nailed it.
Bosh.
Well, and I think it was at home.
It was at home, huh? Easy, tell ya.
Great game. Yeah, that was a lot of fun, Rondo. I had a lot of fun with that game. Can we do that for 5 rounds?
No, because it takes ages. See? Nice and easy.
Nice and easy, yeah. So what did I get? 9 out of 4 or something?
Technically, you got 5 out of 5, but 5 out of 8 if you're going by 5 out of 7 and going by your rules.
Excellent.
Still a pretty good record. And more importantly, the fun returns.
It did.
Next week.
And it does.
Right, Lonies, women's team, Academy, what's going on?
Not much this week, Rondo. So Rory Adams, he couldn't be arsed playing for East Fife this week. He just thought, I'm just going to go abroad and save some penalties. Did you see that, by the way?
Technically, did he save them?
He saved 2 penalties. The first then, okay, he was a baher off the line. The second then, shafted.
Aye.
Third then, well, obviously, it was Nakami Bell that was in the goal.
That's
so
it.
It's going to go in. Charlie Dewar was playing for the B team, so we'll start with Lewis O'Donnell at Cove Rangers. Lewis would start his latest lone sides match in the KDM Evolution Trophy up in Elgin, and he would get the full 90 minutes on his debut, but would end up on the losing side as Elgin ran out 1-0 winners. The B team were up in Peterhead on Saturday, and a very young United side would again be defeated by a team of hairy-arsed professionals as the Blue Toon won 3-0 on the day. Third goal was in the 94th minute. It's the second defeat in 3 games for the B team, and from my reading of the match report, it sounds like goalkeeper Lewis Haldane has kept this score down. But hey-ho, Rondo, because it's the Diddy Cup anyway.
Mm-hmm.
The women's team, after last week's 0-0 draw down in Killie, it's the turn of Killie to travel up to Foundation Park this weekend. Last week's 0-0 was a league game. This weekend's fixture is in the Sky Sports Cup. Mon now, lasses. Nae pussing about and into the Ayrshire arseholes.
Fair play. Quick update from our pals at the Walking Football. Over the summer, they've been busy with the Cups. The over 50s went out in the Scottish Cup semi on penalties, while the Glasgow Cup brought quarter-final exits for both the 50s and the 60s, and the 65s reached the plate semis before losing on spot kicks.
Did Nicky Clark talk any?
I'm going to tell him you said he was over 65. Back in the league, the over 50s bounced back after a poor first half of the season, sitting third bottom, just one win. They've taken 3 wins for 4 since the restart. They're now eyeing a top 3 finish. The over 60s are a similar story. Tough first half, but back in action this week at the Orium. And a big thanks from the lads as well. A couple of new players have joined their sessions after hearing about them here on the podcast. If you want to get more details,
Nice one.
We can chuck them out of you, or you can send us a message and we'll put you on to see the lads. Recreational sessions, you don't have to be any set age, but if you want to play the tournaments, you have to be over 50, 60 or 65.
What are you looking at me for?
Yes? Just because I can't help myself.
Okay.
Special guest time.
You're good in.
We were back on Zoom the other week to speak to this man. So our guest this week had 3 different spells at Tannadice, with the highlight, of course, being helping the side lift the Scottish Cup in 2010. Very much loved by the fans till this day. Joining us to look back at his career is Morgaro Gomis. How are you, Morgaro?
Yeah, I'm good. What about you guys?
Very well. Very well, sir.
Listen, we're sitting with United royalty.
Correct.
You know, silver kissing royalty.
No.
Listen, to start us off, we like to go right back. What was it like growing up in Paris in the 80s and 90s?
It was great. I had a beautiful childhood. It was just going to school and playing football with my friends, like in the street, like from when we didn't have school. Basically, we were just playing football from morning until late evening. Like my mom had to shout up by the window, just it's time to come home, and be like, I'll come home later. So we spent like hours playing football with my friend, like no lunch, no dinner. We just playing. We were just having fun, basically, just being outside, just being kids, and just being happy. Like we didn't have much, but we were happy with what we had, basically.
Mm-hmm. What's your earliest memory of kicking a ball about?
Well, in a street, but then my football club assigned when I was 5 years old, local team, and the only reason is because I have a big brother who's 3 years older than me, and I remember that day like it was yesterday. He asked my dad if he can go and sign for the local team. So my dad told him, okay, let's go, get your stuff, we go. And then I looked at them, I was like, oh, what about me? So I went along with them, but I wasn't going to sign. I just wanted to go with them because I didn't want to stay at home for my sisters and my mum. I just wanted to be out with them. And then when my brother ended up signing, I said to my dad, oh, what about me? I was only 5. I said, I want to sign as well. And I said, you sure? I was like, yeah. So I ended up signing for my local team, and we were only training once a week. It was on Saturday morning. So that's where I started.
Yeah. Who were your heroes growing up? Who were you pretending to be when you were kicking that ball about in the street?
Oh, there was a few players. Obviously, Zinedine Zidane. I love Zinedine Zidane, and Alessandro Del Piero and Roberto Baggio. Because I remember my first World Cup. I remember it was 1994, and I remember Roberto Baggio playing for Italy. Mm-hmm. And I was young, and the way he was playing, and I like his style, his little ponytail, and I remember he was playing really well in that World Cup. Even Romario from Brazil and Bebeto, all those players, like Maradona as well. I remember that World Cup 94, and so Italy kind of like, I don't know, for some reason, kind of like liked it, and then I started to follow them, and I started to follow Roberto Baggio for Juventus, and then Alessandro Del Piero just came a year after, and then after that, I just kind of like fell in love with the team and the player, Alessandro Del Piero, and then Zinedine.
Some very good player.
So that's what I remember.
I believe you then got picked up.
Yeah.
You got picked up by Montpellier. Is that right?
Yeah. So I was playing for my local club. It's called CSL Olney. That's where I'm from, Olney. I was there from the age of 5 until 12, and then when I was 13, I signed for Montpellier Football Academy, the south of France. I was there for 2 years. So it was a beautiful experience. Like even something that I would never forget, because the way the academy works in France is completely different to here in Scotland. Mm-hmm. Like basically from the age of 13, so I moved down south without my family, but we were staying in accommodation for all the players, and we would go to school together. And after school, we would just go to training, and we would just go back to the accommodation. And everybody had their own bedroom, so we had like under 13, under 15, 17, and 18. So you can see there's like more than 70 players all staying together. So like, yeah, we became it's like a family. Basically, you start to get to know people. You don't know them at the beginning. You kind of feel like homesick, but then after 2-3 weeks, we all there for the same reason. We have a dream to be a professional football player, and you start becoming friends with everybody, even the generation older than you. You know, you start to look at that player's very good. You start to look for them and all that, and start becoming friends with them. And so the academy is like in France is like it's the best. I just loved it. I just loved it. Yeah.
And did you play against? Was it just local teams that you played against when you were down at Montpellier?
No, we play against other academy, like so Lyon. My first year we were just playing against local team, but the second year was like playing against the other academy. So we were in the league, and I play against Saint-Etienne, Lyon, Marseille, Bastia, like big teams. Very good. So yeah, no, it was great.
For the academy there, then I take it you sort of lived and breathed that 7 days a week, and went home. When did you go back home? When did you go to see the?
No, I didn't. Just go home when the school holiday. So basically, my family were allowed to come and see me. They had like, I think it was during the year, that free flight paid by the club and accommodation for them to come and stay in the hotel. And I was able to go home every school holiday. So, but yeah, at the beginning it was hard when I didn't want to sign when they asked me to sign. Like when they asked me to sign the contract, I was happy to go. I went on trial there for like 2 weeks, and I was okay. I was signing for the club, but the day of signing, I just refused. I started thinking, oh, I'm going to miss my family. I'm going to miss my friend. I didn't want to leave my local club, and so my manager from Paris had to come down to Montpellier the next day and to speak to me and say, look, this is a big opportunity for you. That's what we've been, working for over those years. And you have to go, you have to sign. And I ended up signing for the club. But my first 2 weeks was difficult. I was homesick. I was crying every day, like calling my family because obviously I didn't know the boys. But then I started making friends with them, and I was okay after like 2-3 weeks. I was fine.
So when you go down there at the age of 13, I take it you've had to move school as well. You would have had schooling when you were down in Montpellier.
Yeah, we were all together in the same school, but obviously I was from Paris, and Montpellier is the south of France, so I have to flew. But yeah, I mean, I didn't know anybody, and so everything was just new, So I was only 13 years old, but I wasn't the only one. There was other boys in the same situation as me, coming from all over the world, all over the place the country in France, from the north, south, east, and that's what they do in France. Yeah.
Given the players you wanted to be grown up and the way the football you've turned into, were you always a midfielder?
No, I started I was a left back. I started playing left. Yeah, I started as a left back, and then I went to left winger, and then from left winger I went to central midfielder.
And did that happen during academy football?
Well, yeah, academy I was I was a number 10 as academy, just behind the strikers. And then when I moved to England at the age of oh God, I can't remember what age was, like 16, 17. That's when I started playing as more like box-to-box player, like defensive midfielder. Because when I moved to England in 2002, I remember they used to say to me, like, in England, they don't play as number 10. It's like 2 midfielder, 4-4-2 formation, or 4. Well, yeah, mainly back in the days, it was 20 years ago. Everybody played 4-4-2. You got 2 midfielder, like, do the same job, box to box. They just run. And I used to say to them, "No, I'm a number 10. I want to play behind the striker. I don't like doing the dirty stuff, working hard, tackling. That wasn't my game. I wasn't like that." So I had to adapt and change my game. And so, but yeah, I wasn't there. I started left back, left winger, then I went to number 10, and then central midfielder when I moved to England, basically. Yeah.
A man of many positions, Rondo.
Wow.
How did it come about that you end up in England then? How did your time at Montpellier come to an end?
Well, the thing about Montpellier, not just Montpellier, but all the academy in France, like, if you're great and not good at school, even if you're a good player, they won't keep you. So my first year, even though I was playing well, I was doing well at the academy, my grade at school were really bad. And they give me a warning. They say, "Look, we like you, we want to keep you, but your grade, they have to, be up there, just like football, even better than football." And for me, they were just talking. I was just like, they're just talking rubbish, man. Everybody loves me here. Like, they're not gonna release me. There's no way. And yeah, that's how I was. I was just like, I wasn't cocky, but inside my head, I was just like, I'm a good player. They like me. Even people, I used to train with generation older than me, and it wasn't every players. If you're good players, you train. So I was feeling confident that I will probably make it here. So my grade was really bad. I didn't like going to school and doing my homework. And so after my first year, they gave me a warning. I didn't listen. My second year was the same. My grade were not good. Football was going well, but my grade were not really good. And they released me. And that was the end of the world for me. I remember crying in that room when they called me in the office. Oh my God. I was like, oh, I'm going to tell my family. Honestly, I was crying like for like hours and hours. Oh, even right now, got tears in my eyes thinking about it. It's crazy. But yeah, so I got released after 2 years of being at the academy. So yeah, it was a hard time. It was really hard because so I went back to Paris, but I didn't tell any, apart from my family, my best friend, nobody knew about it. Like they all thought we were gonna go back to Montpellier after the summer because I went back home and they told me, "Oh, when you go back to pre-season?" I said, like soon, but I didn't want to tell them. I was ashamed. I couldn't. I was just like, I'm gonna tell them. I've been released, and I just like, oh God, that's so bad. So I just wanted to enjoy my summer and not to say anything, not to think too much. So it was difficult, but I ended up like meeting an Asian that got me a trial in Germany after leaving Montpellier. So that was during that summer when I just left Montpellier. So I left Montpellier in it was 2001, like June 2001. So I went back to Paris, took all my stuff and went back to Paris. And around July, I met an Asian that got me a trial in Germany for FC Freiburg. They were like in Bundesliga. So I was training with the under 16. So I went on trial for 1 week there. But after 1 week, they told me to go back home. And they said, we've seen enough. We want to sign you. And I was like, okay, well, that's good. And then, I've just been released by Montpellier and I'm going to go and sign like in Germany. So I was happy to go home, like to say bye to my family and everybody after 1 week. I stay home. And then with my dad, we went back to Germany. But again, the same thing on the day of signing, I couldn't see myself signing there. I just refused to sign. I just refused, and so I went back to Paris. I just like, the contract was there in front of me. I had the pen, but I just said no. And my dad is looking at me like that. The Asian is looking at me like this. Like, what are you doing? Like you just turned 16. Yeah, you got a contract here to sign in Germany, and you're just saying no. And I was just like, I just don't feel it. I had that feeling that it wasn't the right move for me, and so I didn't sign. And I ended up going back to Paris, and I was just hiding in my house. I didn't go out, didn't go to school for 6 months. I didn't do anything. I was just in my home hiding. Like, and then from there to 2002 January, I moved to England. That's when because I've got a family in England. I told my mum and dad, I can't stay like this, just hiding, just staying at home. I didn't go out for like 6 months. People didn't even know I was there. So my best friend, like, they didn't know I was here. Therefore, I was away football like that sound, but they didn't know anything. Like I didn't tell anyone. I was just at home, basically just hiding. So then I decided in January to move to England, and that's where I started playing football again. But it was a hard time. It was really hard, actually.
I mean, that's unbelievable. Something I definitely didn't know, but to just come back and hide for 6 months and go, no.
Yeah, I know.
Do you regret any of that? Do you regret that now, or do you still think it was the right thing to do?
I don't like saying regret because obviously, I'm here and, I have my wife and my kid and stuff, but it's just sometimes I scratch my head and say, like, why did I not sign? Like, just like, what if I did sign? Maybe my career would have been completely different to what I had. I'm proud of what I did, but maybe my career would have been even like better or maybe worse. Who knows? I don't know. But sometimes I think it will,
So you went to England and did you just start going on trial and try and find a club?
Well, no. So I went to England in January, and so I couldn't speak English, so I had to go to college to learn English. So during that year, so when I left Montpellier, the whole season, I didn't play football for a club. So when I moved to England, I was just going to college to learn English, and I was just playing football in the park with like people, basically. But I didn't sign for a club, basically. So I didn't play football for a year and a half after leaving Montpellier for a club. I was just playing football in the street in London. I ended up meeting people because when you play football in the street, we start becoming friends, and then some of them were telling me that you're a good player, like why don't you go and try to find a club? And I said, well, I don't know anybody here.
Mhm.
So I met a guy who's French with an Asian, and that's how I start like playing football again for a football team. I signed for Windsor and Leighton. They were playing in the Highlands League. They were playing in Division 9 in England. So I was playing there for the reserve, but the agent that got me to that club, he was also working as a scout for Chelsea. So obviously, I told him my story that I was at Montpellier for 2 years, and so when I first met him, because I didn't play for a year and a half, so I put on weight, so I was a little bit chubby. So I gave him my CV saying I was at Montpellier. So he looked at me, he went at the CV, and then we went to training. And after training, he looked at me. He called me and said, "Can you come here, Gomis?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Are you sure you are at Montpellier Football Academy?" He said that to me, to my face, and I'm looking at it. Yeah. I'm like, oh, doesn't look like it because I didn't play well in that training. I was really, really bad. But that was my first time training with like a football team in England. It was completely different football to what I was used to in France. It was like kick and rush, like you have to jump, head the ball, and like, kick it. Like it was a hard training session. It was raining and cold as well, so I didn't have the best.
And were you
so for him to be saying that if I was really,
and were you a number 10 at that point still?
Yeah, I was in number 10 as well. I was in number 10 in my head. I was in number 10. I wasn't like a box to box, like like tackling, and I was just someone who give me the ball and will make things happen. Like I will feed the striker will score goals. I wasn't like someone who just go and win the ball back. That wasn't me. I wasn't that type of player. So for him to say that to me, I was just like, oh wow. I went home like scratching myself. So I said, okay, well, I will show you. So I go and train with them for on the next 2-3 weeks, and then we'll play a game. And my first game, I played with them like a trial. I scored 3 goals, and then after the game, he said to me, "Oh yeah, I can see you're a good player," because I was more confident and I lost a little bit on weight, and then everything just started. I find during that time from my friend, I find out that he was a scout for Chelsea. So during that time when I signed for Windsor and Leighton, he told me, "Look, if you do well, maybe I can take you to Chelsea on trial," and he ended up taking me to Chelsea on trial there when I just signed for the club for Windsor and Leighton. So I went on trial. It was 2004. Yeah, 2004 when Claudio Ranieri was the manager during his last year before Roman Abramovich took over at the club. So I was there for 2 weeks on trial, and I did well, but they said they wanted to see more of me. So I went back during preseason. And the funny thing is, during preseason, do you know who was the manager at that time, under 19? Yes.
Steve Clark.
The Scotland manager, Steve Clark. Yeah.
Wow.
Excellent.
He was the manager there. So he was a manager during that time. I was on trial, but there was many players as well at that time. And after a few weeks, I think we were more than 6 or 7 players, and they told all the other players to go away. I was the only trialist that they wanted to stay. So I ended up staying there for 2 months.
Wow.
But I didn't sign. I was trial, and inside my head, after when I've seen all the players leaving on trial and I was the only one who stayed, I was thinking, surely I will sign. Like, so I felt like I was part of the team. I was like Chelsea, or the Chelsea academy player, even though I didn't sign. I felt like I was one of the players, like under 19, I was there. But after 2 months, they told me no, they're not going to sign me, and I was just oh God.
Yeah.
So I ended up going to Windsor and Leighton and start playing for the first team. But yeah.
And then from Windsor and Eton, you ended up at Dagenham and Redbridge?
Yeah, that had a little lead because my English wasn't perfect. After playing for Windsor and Eton, the first team I was doing well, and there was other teams like the scout coming to the game, and my name was, people were starting to talk about me, like in the 5th division. They were playing conference, so National League, so the 5th division in. So Dagenham and Redbridge came in for me, and so the day of signing, I remember we had a training session, and then after the training session, I went into the office, and the manager said, "Look, you can sign. We spoke to the agent, everything is fine." And but my English wasn't great enough, so for me, I just took the pen and I just signed it. So and then I called my agent and I said, "Look, I just signed the contract." And he said, "Why?" It's like, "Well, they told me that they spoke to you and everything is okay." And he said, my agent said, "No, They didn't. So they had so yeah, so it was crazy, but it was mad because I didn't play after signing for them in January. I stopped playing for 3 months because the club didn't. Basically, my agent wasn't happy. Something happened between them, so my agent said, "You're not going to play for them," because there were other teams who wanted to sign. Apparently, Barnet, they were in they were in the same division, and apparently they wanted to sign me. So my agent wanted me to go there. He didn't want me to sign for Dagenham and Redbridge. So we tried to fight to cancel the contract, but Dagenham didn't want to. There's a no, you sign a 2-year deal, you're going to be up there. So we had to go to the FA and try to fight, and we end up canceling the contract after 3 months. So for 3 months, I wasn't doing anything. I was just at home, just waiting for the situation to get sorted. So I had to wait 3 months for that.
Could you not even train?
No, I didn't even train. I mean, I was just training by myself, just going in the park and playing football. But I didn't train with Dagenham and Redbridge. I didn't train with Windsor and Newton. I was just basically at home waiting for the situation for the situation to be sorted.
How did things work out when you ended up at Barnet then?
Sorry?
How did things end up when you actually got to Barnet?
Well, so after cancelling my contract with oh my god,
Dagenham and Redbridge.
I ended up going back to Windsor and Newton to finish the season, and then after that, that summer I went on trial to Barnet.
Okay.
And they were in League 2 in England, so they just went up. They just won the promotion from the Conference League, they call it National League now, to the League 2 in England. So I went on trial there. Again, when I went on trial, everything was going well, perfect. The manager came in his office. He said, "Look, we want you. We're going to give you a 1-year deal plus an option of 1. But we had 1 more game to play in the season. You're not going to believe this." So I played the game. I was on the bench. I came on, and I think we lost that game. And I think we conceded a goal because of me. I lost the ball in midfield, and the team went out and scored. But it was the end of the game. But all the other preseason game, I played really well. Everybody was happy with me. The manager was happy with me. So after the game, I don't know, for some reason, I knew making that mistake, something was going to happen. I had that feeling that it's not good for me. So we go in training on Monday. The manager called me in his office. He said, "Look, Gomis, we're not going to give you a 1-year deal." I changed my mind. We're going to give you a 1-month deal. And if you do well, we're going to give you a 1-year deal. And I'm looking at him. I was like, 1 month? What is this? I never knew 1 month contract. You could sign 1 month's professional contract. I never knew about this. I was just surprised. I was like, "What are you doing? Like, last week you told me you want to give me a 1-year deal. Today you're telling me you want to give me a 1 month deal." So I was really pissed off. I called my agent. My agent said, "Look, just sign it and just do well. You've done it. I'm sure you will go to." I ended up signing, but I didn't play any game during that league. There are 4 league games I was in the stand. Like, I didn't play. I was like, I'm going to win the contract if I don't play. So I didn't play. So I was just training and for a month, and they ended up releasing me after 1 month. So I went back to Windsor and Newton. Back to Windsor and Newton.
And how old are you at this point?
I was 20. Yeah, 20 at that time.
Oh.
Yeah.
So much stuff happened in such a...
so many. Those 4 years in England, like ups and downs, I was just like, it was crazy. It was mad. It was insane. Sorry, I didn't go back to Windsor Newton. Sorry, I signed for FC Lewis in the Conference South after leaving Barnet.
And then after FC Lewis, you end up in Cowdenbeath.
Yeah. But
how does that happen?
Yeah, but where?
There's more.
Yeah, there's more. Before Cowdenbeath, the year before Cowdenbeath, I came to Scotland. 1 year before that, I came on trial to before going to Barnet. Sorry, I went to Scotland to Clyde. They were in the championship that year, that season. Craig Bryson was there.
Yeah,
and Emery was there. I forgot the name of the manager, but they had many players on trial. Many players. It was 2005. Yeah, 2005. During the summer, many players on trial. So they were playing in championship at that season. So there was me and one of my friends from Paris as well, who from the same agent took us there. So we ended up going on trial to Clyde. But after 3 days, they say yes to my friend. You can carry on. We like you. to me, they say, no, we don't want you. But those 3 days, we didn't even do anything. We just did some running and some passing and games. But there were so many players. And I said to my agent, there's no way they can say to you, I'm not a good player. They couldn't. We didn't play games for them to judge me. Like, so I said to my agent, okay, so fair enough. They don't want me here. So I went back to England. I signed for FC Lewis. And then the year after I finished that season, and then the year after I went to Cardiff Beef. The reason is because one of my friends from Paris was playing for Cardiff Beef. His name is Armand One.
He played for Partick Thistle as well.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. We grew up in the same place in Paris. So, he was playing for Cardiff at that time, and my agent knew Mixu Patalini as well. So he called Mixu. I have a player here, like from Paris, a midfielder. Could you take him on trial? And so that's how I ended up going on trial in that summer 2006 during the World Cup. I remember that was yesterday actually. Yeah, so going on trial there.
What was your first impressions of Cowdenbeath then?
To be fair, it was fine. It was okay because I was staying in Edinburgh, so I was staying in Cowdenbeath, so I didn't really see much of the city. But
even the stadium,
the stadium when I got to the stadium, it was wow, yes. Like the tracks and all. Then after the game, people coming with their cars and stuff. But yeah, no, it was fun. I just turned 21, and I was just like, it's a fresh start. Let's see. And I went on trial then, and I did well. I did really well. So I ended up signing for them, and it was a great time. I had good memories of Cowdenbeath.
Who was the manager at Cowdenbeath that signed you?
Mixu Patalini.
Or was it Mixu?
Yeah.
When does Brian Welsh come into the equation?
Oh well, but we get to him.
Well, firstly, what was Mixu like for you?
Oh, Mixu was great because the thing about Mixu, like when I first went on trial there, I remember my agent calling Mixu and telling him, "Look, we've got a good player. I've got a good player for you. You'll probably like him, like and let him come and try." And so I went on trial, and after 2 weeks, I was doing well. I scored a few goals during the friendly games, and one of the friendly games we played against Dunfermline, and they were in SPL at that time. And we played the game at Cardiff Stadium, and I had a great game. And everybody was talking about me. Even the player from Dunfermline, they were like, "Oh, who are you? Like, where do you come from?" And after the game, I was shaking hands to everybody, saying, "Oh, like well done, well done." And then the manager of Dunfermline came up to me, and he asked me my name and where do I come from. So I started talking to him, and Mixu shouting, "Gomez, come here!" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Go in my office, don't move." I'm like, "What? Go in my office, do not move from there." So I'm going to his office. I'm still wearing the shirt and everything, because at that time my agent was living in Brazil. So straight after the game, straight away when Mixu called me, say go in the office. We go in the office, call my agent. Mixu said he called my agent, said we want to sign Gomis tonight. So they do all the paperwork, fax the paperwork to my agent in Brazil, and so the game finished the game was at 7:45. Finished around 10. I left the stage 1 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Because we Mixu signing the contract because Mixu thought I was going to go maybe to Dunfermline because everybody was talking to me at the game. All the players, the manager came up to me and said, "Oh, who are you?" And I was just like, "Oh, I wasn't thinking about that, like to leave to go and sign for Dunfermline." But it was funny for him to act like this, thinking that I was going to go there. So, but I ended up signing for Cowdenbeath. So that was
Mixu took a hostage.
Yeah, basically,
and it worked.
Yeah. If you let me go, it's like, you're staying here, you're not moving, you're signing that contract tonight, and then you can go.
That's
So yeah, I ended up signing the contract straight after the game, basically after playing Dunfermline, and so it was a good memory. And so so Mixu after that, so we started the season quite well, but then Mixu left around, if I'm not wrong, October. He went to Finland. So and then that's when Brian Walsh came in. That's when Brian Walsh came in. Yeah. So.
And how did you find Brian? Because Brian's been on the podcast many moons ago, and Brian, a great guy, but he loves to swear.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, he was swearing a lot. Even at me, he did a few times when I wasn't doing well. He was. I didn't play many games for Brian. I think only 4 games because I ended up leaving the club and signing for United.
Yeah.
But I remember him being like, very aggressive manager, like in your face, like shouting. I remember it being really scary. Like I was only 21 as well. I was, Mixu was more chill and like, laughing. But he had a stamper as well, obviously, if we were not doing well. But Brian, I can't remember him smiling. Was more like I don't know. Yeah, that's what I remember of him basically. Like, but it was funny. It was nice to be fair. Like I didn't have any problem with him because when he came to the club after, he's the one who told me that Dundee United wanted me to go on trial. So I remember he called me on a Tuesday evening and he said to me, "Look, Dundee." I heard he just said for me it was just Dundee, and I thought it was Dundee FC because at that time Dundee FC were playing in league the league below the SPL, the Championship, and I was playing in League One, so I thought it was the club just above, not the SPL. And then he mentioned Dundee, but then I was like Dundee. He said Dundee United. Like, Dundee United in SPL. Are you sure? I said that to him. They say yeah, they want you to go and train with them. I was like, oh. But for me, I thought it was going to be Dundee in Championship because I was playing just the division below. I didn't expect to jump that, to make that jump to the SPL. So he told me to like you are going to go on trial for Dundee United the whole month of it was just after November. For like 1 month, and I would train with Dundee United from Monday to Friday, and play the game of Cardiff before the weekend. So that's what I did during that time. Yeah.
And how did you find that going on trial yet again to Dundee United? And it would have been under Craig Levine at that time.
Yeah, it was. I remember living in Nebo the night before I trained for Dundee United the first time, and I was nervous. I was just, oh my God, I'm going to Dundee United. And I remember the Tony Doherty, was third manager. He's the one who came to the station to drop me to the youth team house, and we were talking. And obviously, he just telling me about the clubs and everything, what to expect for tomorrow's training. And I remember not sleeping well that night, actually, being like so nervous. Like, but the next day, like in training, was fine. To be fair, meeting all the players, they were all cool with me. Like Barry Robson, Noel Hunt, Lee Walkie, Lee Miller. They were all nice guys. To be fair, like they made me feel welcome day one, and I had a good training session actually on the first day. So it was good. It was really good.
And it's a long trial period, a month as well. So I mean, you've got to do. You can't just impress in one session. You've got to impress for a month, and obviously it went pretty well.
To be fair, when I was there, I wasn't even thinking that I was on trial. Like I was happy to be there. Basically, for me, it was just like, okay, I'll show them that I'm good enough to be there and I want to sign for the club. But I wasn't thinking, oh, I'm on trial and I need to impress. I was just happy to be there and to compete with them, basically, like you see. And I thought I've done well even during that time when I was on trial, and going back to play at the weekend with Cardiff, I managed to score 2 goals. So I knew the scout from United would come and watch. So that was good for me as well. So and I did well, obviously, during the trial period, training with the first team with Dundee United. And I think I played one game with the reserve for Dundee United during that time as well, and I did well in that game. So it was a great experience. It was really good.
When Dundee United came calling for you, did they have to sell the club to you, or were you just happy that it was going to be like a progression in your career, that you were going from a League One team?
No, they didn't need to sell anything. The minute I arrived, go to training run, we went to St Andrews, and then seeing the stadium, and I just couldn't wait to sign. Basically, I was just like, give me the pen. Let me sign. let me sign, and let's see what's going to happen. But I was just happy to be there. They didn't sell anything. I was happy to be there.
Yeah, and you became Craig Levine's first signing for the club. What were your first impressions of him?
Good, very, very good. I was a little bit scared of him, to be fair. He's got that presence about him, but a very nice person. But I was a little bit scared because I'm a shy person. I don't speak too much, and so I was just really a little bit scared. But no, it was a good. It was great. It was really good.
I think that we've spoke to Craig Levine and Peter Houston in certainly a different, alive environment. But you could see why the two of them work so well together.
Yeah. Houston was more chill, more relaxed, and Levine was more serious. But he cracks jokes sometimes, but it was more like a serious thing. Yeah. So they're working well together. Basically, it was a good mix. A good mix, definitely.
Yeah. When you signed for United, were you under the impression that you were one for the future, or were you vying for a first team place straight away?
Yeah, straight away I wanted to play. I wanted to play straight away. The funny things, when I signed for the club, well, Greg Levin never said anything to me about being the one for the future. He just said like, "Welcome to the club, do well." But then I remember getting a piece of paper the next day, reading about me signing for the club, and Greg Levin say something about to the fan basically, do not expect anything from Morgaro Gomis. It's more for next season.
Yeah.
And when I saw this, I said to my agent, "What is this? What is this saying next season?" I said, "No, I want to play now." And then he said, "Well, you know what you have to do basically. Then just show him." And I said, "Yeah, don't worry, I will." So I ended up signing for the club in January. My first game was against, if I'm not wrong, it was
Falkirk.
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 Away.
That was at home.
We lost
Home,
5.
sorry.
Yeah, Falkirk at home. We lost 5-1 or 5-0.
Yes,
And then
5-1.
the next game was Rangers, and we lost 5 as well. And I came on board the game. I remember they've been going crazy, man. Like, oh wow! And I said to myself, "Wow!" I was saying to myself, "What am I doing here, man?" Oh wow! I was just like, oh my god! I'd never seen a manager going so mad like this. But to be fair, good, because he had a reaction from the player for the next the other games, because he wasn't good enough to concede 10 goals in 2 games the way we did. And so after that, I think I was obviously training, but playing with the reserve. And after a month, maybe like start of like March, no, around the end of February, beginning of March, I start I think my first start was against Celtic at home. It was an early kickoff. It was my first game. I think I ended up starting 13 games that second part of the season, which was really good, considering what Craig Levin say about me not being one for now, but more for next season.
Yeah.
So it was for me to end up starting 13 games that season. So yeah, so I was very happy that year.
What was it like going from part-time football to full-time football?
Well, to be fair, I was kind of used of full-time football because I was at the Academy of Montpellier and we were training every day.
Yeah.
But obviously, that was when I was like for 2 years, from the age of 13 or 15. So I had the big, obviously playing part-time. There's a difference. It's just the players were more fitter basically than the part-time players, which is normal because they train every day. But I got used to it really pretty quickly. Like I didn't need like. But I think that's the reason why I ended up playing as well, because I was fit. If I wasn't fit, I don't think Greg Levin would have played me. And after months, basically, I think I was ready to start, and that's why Greg Levin decided to put me in a team. So,
yeah. And did you move up to Dundee? Did you go into the digs first?
No. I was living in a flat with some of the other players.
Okay.
On Perth Road. There was me. David Robertson, Ewan McLean, the goalkeeper.
Yes.
Yeah.
David Goodwillie as well, and there was another player. So there was a flat, 4 bedrooms. But the thing, most of them, they will go home after the game at the weekend. So at the weekend, I was by myself basically on Saturday night, and Sunday they will come back Sunday evening, and so they will be here during the weekend, and the weekend they will go home. But no, it was fine. It was fine. Yeah, we were living here on Perth Road. We had a flat there.
Yeah. Did you feel at the end of that first season at Tannadice then, did you feel that you were comfortable at that level? Like, if you had any doubts before signing, were you quite happy? I can cope with this.
Yeah, I didn't have any doubt, to be fair, and I was happy. I was just like, I couldn't wait for the season to start again. I couldn't wait for pre-season, like to start like the season. I was happy to go on holiday, but I was exciting to go back again and just to hopefully to do better than what I've done, like those 6 months. So I couldn't wait for that.
Okay. You said you were obviously fit, and that's why you got into the team.
Yeah.
How was your first Craig Levin pre-season?
Oh, it was scary, man. It was mad. I remember the first when I say I couldn't wait to get back into pre-season. It's true. I was happy to go back, but I was obviously scared as well, because during that when I signed for the club, every Tuesday, because we're off on a Wednesday, on a Tuesday we would do like the training, and then after training we'll do some runnings, and I used to hate Tuesdays. Like, oh my god, those running was crazy. Like, some of the players were on the floor after training, and I remember thinking, wow, pre-season is gonna be hard. You're gonna be ready. So we came back for pre-season, and the first day we went to a park is it Campanile Park?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come down,
we went there, and Greg Levin started doing groups, like group. There was like, I think 6 different groups. He started with number 6, 5, and I'm looking around all the groups. He's naming the name of the players, and he's still not calling me. I'm like, what's happening here? And then started number 2 groups, and then number 1 groups with all the fit players: Barry Robson, Mark Kay, Noel Hunt, Sean Dillon, David Robertson. So I look at Greg Levin like that. I was like, Coach, are you sure you want me to be with them? I knew I was fit, but I didn't know it was that fit. And he said, yeah, you'll be fine. So we end up doing that crazy running. Like, we had to do like under 20 minutes. I'm on the big park, and we've done it twice. And I end up being like first with Barry Robson. I'm like running next to him. I'm like so happy. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm just a team captain. Mark with him. It's good. I'm happy. I'm running with him, with Mark and stuff. But honestly, I didn't. After I was gonna be like last. Like, I didn't expect to be that fit, but. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what got into me. I was just
fear.
I was just running.
Yeah, we've heard some horror stories of a Craig Levine pre-season in terms of, youth team boys would cut corners and get caught. And
he made them walk back.
Yeah, and you'd have, times would be set for guys like John Daly, Lee Wilkie, who are not. And they'll tell you themselves, running's not really their game.
They didn't like it. I mean, I don't mind running. I'm okay. I'm fit, but I didn't like it as well. It was so hard. But I think the main reason it was doing this is it was to test us mentally. It's not about physicality. It's more about see how far can you push yourself. And the good most of the players, I mean, not all, but we've done it, and I think that's one of the reasons why we were so good during those seasons is because we were a fit team. And people I think they didn't really like playing against us, like, because it's hard when you play against a team that in your face for 90 minutes. They just stop, and it's difficult. So I think it was more like a mental thing.
I can't remember who told us the story, but when Willow Flood came in, and he came in late to pre-season, and I think the first day he was being sick at the side.
He was sick for like a few days. He was just vomiting, and you see, Willow Flood is a fit guy. He can run all day as well, but he was on the floor. You're looking at him, but he's from Manchester, football club. Manchester City. He was at Manchester City for many years, and you come up to Dundee United, you're thinking maybe it's going to be easy pre-season. It's hard. It's down south. So that was funny.
Did the pre-season as it went on, did it ever feel that it got easier, or did he keep making it harder and harder just to keep his...
It was harder and harder. Like, he didn't get any easy. It was the same. Even when Peter Houston took over, it was the same. It was just as hard. Like, it was crazy. The two of them together, oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that summer we'd also see other players come in. Lucas Zaluska, Willow Flood, Darren Dodds, Gregor Samatulski, and Prince Buabin came to the club as well. Did you know much about any of these guys before they signed?
No, I didn't know any. I didn't know.
Nothing. How did you find Gregor's?
Sorry?
How did you find Gregor Samatulski when he came in?
Oh, a crazy guy. Couldn't really speak English, but he could swear a little bit. But great goalkeeper.
Great goalkeeper.
Nice guy. It was easy. It was just a chill guy, basically. But it's someone you didn't want to piss him off, though. Like, you have to be careful, man. He could just knock you out straight away, man. You say something bad to him that you didn't like, so you have to be careful the way you're talking to him. But nice guy.
Yeah, and he hated conceding in training. I mean, that's...
he didn't like it. He used to swear in his language. I think I can't remember the word he used to say all the time. Like, we kind of knew what he was saying, and every time something. And we would make love. We would joke with him and saying that word. But
Wow. And Prince Boban came in. Obviously, we know what in the end how it turned out, the two of you on the pitch. But when he came in, was he similar to you? He'd sort of been on trial, hadn't really played full time, and here's this guy from us, just came from Manchester, and wow, what a player he turned into.
It's funny because I remember that day when Prince was here, the first day, Craig Levin called me and he said, "Look, we've got that player. He's going to be here on trial, and I want you to look after him because he was staying with us in the Dicks, like the house that I was staying, and Craig Levin say that he's going to stay with you and the other boys, so you have to look after him." And from that day, me and Prince would kind of click. And then we were together basically after training all the time, and even during training, lunch, we were always like kind of like close to each other, and we were playing in the same position. So, but no, we just clicked from day one basically. Yeah.
Mm. Before that season got officially underway, you found yourself up against Xavi, Andres Iniesta, Yaya Toure in pre-season. What was that like playing against Barcelona?
It was beautiful. I remember when they announced that we were going to play in the summer Barcelona, I just couldn't wait. I was just, I can't wait. I'm like, oh wow. Being there on the pitch, like, playing against them, it was just like my eyes were just like that. I was just like, wow. They're really like amazing players. The way they pass the ball, the way they move, the first touch, it's just everything seems to be so easy. Like, there's I don't know how to explain. It's so hard. I feel like that's what sometimes I speak to some of my friends. I say I'm calling myself a professional football player. I can't say in front of them because because that's what you call a professional football player. The way they play, it's just another level. It's just crazy. Like.
Ronaldinho played that game as well, didn't he?
Ronaldinho played. Eto'o, Henry, all the big players were there. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was amazing. I thought we've done well. We play well. We were not really scared. Obviously, we play against those big players, but I thought we compete those games. Yeah.
We got robbed. Barry Robson should have counted.
I know. I know.
But does that seem like you look back at it now? But at that time, do you think that game would that have passed you by really quickly, or did it seem to go on forever because they were so good at times?
Well, it seems to be because they were on the ball all the time. We're just like we're playing low block and try to stay compact, not to give like a lot of gap. Otherwise, they would just destroy you. But but to be fair, even when we had the ball, we managed to play. I remember watching the game not long ago, like on YouTube, and I was actually surprised. I was like, we actually play well. Everybody kind of like performed that on that day.
Yeah. And I suppose a Craig Levein pre-season helps with that.
Yeah, definitely. But the thing is, I think that was the last game before the season started for us. So everybody was kind of fit and everybody wanted to play to be ready to start, obviously, the league game the week after. So everybody kind of want to make an impression on Craig Levein, say, look, I want to play next week, So everybody had to be on the A game, basically, so to try to play for the week after for the league of honor.
Yeah. Whose top did you get after the game?
I got Yaya Toure. Yaya Toure. Yeah, but
probably wouldn't fit you.
No, I gave the shirt. But I had one of my friends from Paris. Who came, so he was staying with me that summer. So I gave him the shirt. But I took Yaya Toure shirt.
Wow, that's class. Obviously, you said the season would start sort of the week after. You were in the first team. Was that obviously the main aim for you to continue on from last season and start?
Yeah. Of course. Obviously, there's competition for place, so I knew that obviously I had to fight just like all the other players, and I had a good pre-season. So when I knew that was going to start, I said to myself, okay, I've got the shirt. I have to keep it. I have to play well week in, week out. And then in training, I have to perform. I can't just think I'm going to play just because I start the first league game. That doesn't matter what I did in the past. Every day is a competition, and I'm going to have to perform basically. And so that was my mindset basically.
Mm-hmm. And it was early into that season that I believe that you got a contract extension because of the work that you'd done the previous few months.
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember that, but I think I signed a contract extension that season. I think just after January, I think, or maybe before. Yeah.
Was that an easy decision just to to paper again?
Yeah, I was happy. Like, I was playing week in, week out, and I had the trust of the manager and the coaching staff and the players as well. They were happy with me, and I was happy there. So for me, it was easy to sign. I didn't even think twice. I was happy.
So there was no need for a hostage situation?
Not at all. It was an easy decision. It was a quick one.
There's obviously a few things that season. One of the big ones, Barry Robson left to go to Celtic. How big an influence was Barry in the side at that time?
Well, he was the best player. Like when he was the team captain and the best player of the team, the one who was making the difference in the final third. Like every time we were struggling, like we were trying to find Barry, and we knew with his left foot he could pass, like give an assist, or he could score himself. Like he was a big player for us. He was a big player. So So to lose him, obviously we kind of knew because he was doing so well. Like I think he scored before he signed for Celtic. I think he scored 10 or 11 goals. For any midfielder, you score that amount of goal and the way you're playing, and then you get called up for the national team as well. There's only going to be like Celtic, obviously second round Celtic Rangers will come in. That was like kind of, I think, normal, like a normal situation to be in, and we kind of knew he was going to leave, but obviously there's nothing we could we were able to do to stop that. So we just had to carry on and find a way to play without him.
I think the big thing would be is when Barry left, someone would have to take corners, free kicks, penalties, because he took them all.
He took everything. He didn't want any other boys to take anything. He took everything. But no, he was a great player.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
And then there was a young lad by the name of Danny Swanson that came to the club. Could you tell from early on just how good Danny was going to be?
Yeah, definitely. I remember him coming on trial, and I was like, "Who's that little boy?" Like, he used to take the ball, dribble past us like we were not there and score goals. And I was just like, "Wow!" Like, wow, what a player! Danny was amazing. Like one of my favorite players. So I was happy when he stayed for the club. I was very happy.
Yeah, he told us a couple of times we've spoke to him, like he literally wasn't going to sign. He was a bit similar to you. Like it was like he couldn't make his mind up, or he was really scared about it, and until he finally signed. And obviously, I think just because he was going again from part-time football into full-time, I think somebody was signing him and he said no. He then goes to United, didn't go to training and stuff like that.
We're in for him,
yeah. And then Peter Houston's like, sort yourself out, come into training, and again we watched him as fans just grow and grow and grow, and just
it was
could
amazing.
do so much with the ball at his feet.
Oh,
so
it was a joy, honestly. Joy to watch. Like,
just give him the ball. You
that was my thing. Like, if I win the ball, I was looking for Swanee. I was like, "Where's Swanee?" I was just giving the ball. Man. But the funny thing is, me and Swanee, when in training, if he wasn't in my team, I used to man mark him because I didn't want him to score, and he used to hate playing against me because I was always aggressive on him, and he used to like just stay away from me, man. I was like, "No, I'm staying next to you. You're not touching the ball today." I used to follow him everywhere. He just didn't like it at all. So when he was on my team, I was always against him. Like I didn't want him to score, so I used to man mark him. That was funny.
Yeah, there's a few people that when we've spoke to some of your ex-teammates, when we bring up your name, they did say in training, like, you wouldn't leave you alone. Like, you were just always into them, and again, always giving 100%, which at the end of the day is what you had to do.
That's my thing. So for me, I'm a strong believer. If the way you train is the same, if you train well, you most of the during the game you play well. So you train to play. So for me, training wasn't just training; it was just like a game. I want to be the best. No, I'm not being cocky saying I'm better than you, but I want to be in training one of the best players. So that's how I was thinking. Like that's how I think. That's how I play. So that was my way basically.
Yeah,
I was giving all the time 100%. Yeah.
The chairman at the club that time, Eddie Thompson, that was a season that he was very ill. Now, we've heard he was a very friendly man when it came to the players. But what was he like with you? Did you have any sort of relationship with Eddie at all?
We spoke a little bit, but yeah, no, it was a beautiful person. Like I remember, like on the day of signing, just wishing me good luck and hopefully, like saying, "Look, hope you do well for the club." And so it wasn't easy, like when he passed away. So it was a hard time.
Yeah. And given he was a fan like us at the end of the day. It's just unbelievable stuff.
Shame that we didn't win the cup final against Rangers, just to give the gift.
It would have been amazing. One game from that season we always mention is the semi-final at Tynecastle against Aberdeen. You get your first goal for the club, but what a game that was! What a night! What an atmosphere!
Yeah, we didn't start well though. No, we're going to lose. But but it was obviously playing Aberdeen as well. The derby at Tynecastle. Tynecastle is a beautiful stadium and it was kind of full and great atmosphere. Like two good teams obviously wanted to win to get to the final, and for us to go down 1-0, I think it was an early goal they scored or something like that. But we managed to to keep our head up and start to play, and then we ended up winning the game. And I thought we were the best team on that night.
Yep, and you scored the fourth goal.
Yeah, but tackling.
Yes,
90 minutes or something like that. What a goal.
Yeah. You've kind of briefly mentioned it, but how was the final for you? Not good to be in the final, but disappointing ultimately at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was beautiful to be in the final. That was first final as a professional football player, and obviously playing Rangers, and stadium was again, atmosphere was amazing, and obviously we were. If you look, Rangers and United, we were like kind of the underdog. Everybody will say Rangers were the favorite, but for us, we just got 11 men against 11 men. We went on the pitch. We wanted to win that game, and for me, we were the better team. We were just unlucky on that day. Like the 40 minutes until Marquez turned around and gave the ball to Chris Boy. There was only one team in that game. It was us. It was us, and obviously Marquez made that mistake in the score. But then we go again on the extra time. It was us again. We were the better team and we end up scoring. And then again the score, like header from Chris Boy, like in last minute again, the second half or extra time. And then penalty is kind of like I think the lottery. You just anyone can win. You just never know. But yeah, we were just unlucky, I would say. Yeah.
Did you have family and friends come over to watch?
Yeah. My brother and some of my friends came. I had to get like 10 tickets for the game.
Yeah. We just spent.
Yeah, I had to get 10 tickets for the game. Yeah, so yeah, I had a lot of people in the stand. So, but what a game! That was a crazy game.
Yeah. The last match we'll mention that season, it's against Rangers as well. Away to Rangers it was. The referee that day, an utter embarrassment. And we spoke to Noel Hunt about it, spoke to Craig Levine about it, but it was for you to play in and see these type of decisions happen. It was quite incredible, wasn't it?
Which one? The one at Ibrox?
Yes.
Oh yeah. That was bad. That referee just obviously he probably didn't like us and support Rangers, I think, or something.
I mean, it's fair to say Craig Levine didn't mince his words.
No.
After
he
it.
didn't. Yeah, I know. But I think it was right. To be fair. Like, that was it was bad. It was bad. The decision of the referee was just crazy.
Yeah. We kind of briefly mentioned him, but Noel Hunt, bit of a character in the changing rooms.
Yeah, a funny guy. Because when I first signed for the club, he was one of the first person I remember seeing in the changing room, and because he's got a strong accent, I couldn't even understand what he was saying to me, and obviously then I started getting used to the way he was talking. But what a guy! Well, great football player, but great person as well.
Yeah. Well, I think it was alongside Noel Hunt and Willow Flood. You played 44 times that season. How were you feeling at the end of that? That was your first full season in full-time football. You must have been on top of the world at that point.
Sorry,
You at the end of that season, you had played 44 times, which is as much as Willow and Noel. So how were you feeling after that?
Oh, good. I was happy. The thing is, the funny thing, I don't know if Craig Levine mentioned that before. I just didn't like being on the bench. Like I would be moody if I wasn't playing. I didn't want to be rested. I was just like, don't put me on the bench. Just let me play. I wanted to play. I was just wanting to play. If I wasn't playing, I'm not a happy person basically. So I think maybe that's what Craig Levine just said. Let's play. But no, I felt good. I felt like no issue. I was lucky I didn't get any injury and obviously, I think the reason why I played so many games is because I think I was doing well. So one of two.
And were you looking forward to another Craig Levine pre-season?
Yeah, no problem. I was happy to have a break to enjoy my holiday, and then to come back and get even fitter. I think, yeah, definitely.
And how, like we've briefly mentioned them, but how did you get on with Peter Houston? I know that you've said he was kind of like the good guy and Craig Levine was maybe the tough guy, but how did you get on with Housty and how was he with the rest of the squad as well?
No, Housty was like Greg, just like Craig Levine. All the players, we had that respect for both of them, and obviously when Craig Levine left, it wasn't easy because we were all kind of like sad because he was the manager that signed most of all of us, even though Housty was number 2, but Craig Levine was number 1, so we were all sad when he left. But when Housty took over, we had the same respect that we had with that for any manager, and then it was perfect for us. It was perfect. A great coach and easy to go and talk to, and I had a good relationship with him.
And played against Barcelona again.
Yeah, the second time.
A bit different this time round, wasn't it?
It was sunny that day as well. It wasn't afternoon kickoff, sunny, full stadium. We're winning 1-0, and then they go and equalize, and then Messi came on and killed us.
Yes. That's a good summary of it.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
summary of it.
Yeah.
He's done all right.
He's done okay for himself, that Lionel man.
Three
Wow.
goals in 20 minutes. 20 minutes. But no, it was again, like just playing Barcelona again and seeing all those players again, the way they play is just, and like, it was beautiful to watch. And for us to manage to compete in first half, like 1-1, we were happy because I think that season as well, that team was even more stronger, I would say, than the year before. The player that Scott Robertson just joined us, Paul Dixon as well, which I didn't really know them that well, sorry. But then when they signed, and then obviously you start getting to know them during preseason, and you see them the way they play, and I was impressed by all the signing that they've been made that summer. Yeah.
When any players come in, did you say to them, watch yourself at preseason?
Oh yeah.
Run your running shoes.
We did mention to them, man, preseason is not going to be easy for you guys. We did mention, but they all did well. All the players.
Yeah. That second season, you got capped as well for Senegal. You got two caps.
Yeah.
So how did that call up come about?
Twice, or I remember Craig Levin called him in his office and said Senegal, the Federation of Senegal, they just sent an invitation and for you to go and play 2 games. And obviously I was very happy. I was happy because I remember watching Senegal playing at the World Cup 2002, and that was the first World Cup for the country, and they've done really well. And to be called up for them like a few years later, it was just amazing. Yeah.
And it's your parents are from Senegal.
Yeah. I'm from Senegal and moved to France about like many years ago. And during that time when I got called up, my dad was actually in Senegal at that time. So he knew that I've been called up, but I didn't know at that time. He knew before me, basically. He came and he knew that I've been called up. So I got to training, and then Craig Levin just announced that.
And what was it like going to international camp?
Yeah, it was great. I was away for like 10 days. We played against Oman and Iran, and I played the first game, so my first cap, and I started against Oman. We lost 2-0, and then the second game we played against Iran. We drew 1-1, and I came on the last 20 minutes, and I did well. It was a great experience. I was playing with players Dembaba, Papi Cissé, all those players. So a few of them playing in the Premier League in England. So for me to be with them, it's just like, wow. It's crazy.
By that time as well, at Tannadice, certainly, you must have felt or known the fact that the fans absolutely loved you. Like you had your own song. It still to this day gets sung at certain games. How did that make you feel, knowing that the fans absolutely worshipped you at that point?
It made me feel good. It's always nice. It's always, I think, beautiful things when people appreciate what you do on the pitch. And every time I heard the song, it kind of like made me smile, even though maybe I wasn't smiling, but inside me, like I had like a smile inside and bigger appreciation, like, for the fans to sing and just to mention my name. So it's a beautiful thing. So something that I won't forget, definitely now.
I think the big thing when you recognise it is when you come back, like you came on the pitch back end of the season where, Dillo, Dan Dodds and whatever, and then again the fans sing that song. And you've got to remember, you've been away from the club a while. It's just that's amazing. That's got to be a brilliant.
Sean Dillon was singing the song that day.
He was, yes.
Yeah, Sean Dillon was singing it. I think it's because of it was start. I told him not to start. I said, come on, don't. Let's go and walk. Come on, let's clap all together. The song was just like, oh, what are you doing? And honestly, it's beautiful. I mean, I love it. It's nice to have a special connection with the club, and something that I would definitely never forget. But that's why I love the club, because I have a good relationship with the fans and even the people that work within the club. So
yeah. Let's get into the 2009-2010 season. Obviously a special one, but Andy Webster came in on loan. I'm not sure how much you would have known about him at the time, but did you realise how important he was going to be to the team?
Yeah. Again, I didn't know him that well, and obviously I knew that he was like a big player in Scotland and played for big clubs. And so from day one, you could see straight away he was a good player, even though he had this injury before, and he had the big presence about him, just like Lee Walkie, like guys that you can look and be like, okay, they're good. They know what they're doing. They know like what they're talking about as well. Like, so no, it was a big presence in the training room. A great player as well.
And you also mentioned Lee Wilkie there. That was the season that Big Streaky had to retire, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What's he like as a teammate?
Oh, Streaky is a funny teammate, a great player. For someone being so tall, and you look at him like, when you look at Greg Levine, sometimes you kind of like feel a little bit scared because of his presence. Lewoki was different. He was big and stuff, but he had a presence of being someone fun. He was really funny for being like someone like tall and big, but a great player as well. A great player. But,
Were you there the day him and Mihail Kovacevic had a bit of a punch up on the pitch?
Yeah. One time during training, it wasn't nice to me. I don't like seeing people fighting, but yeah, it happens. Yeah, that's bad.
It takes a brave man.
Sorry?
Lee Wilkie. It takes a brave man to go head to head with Lee Wilkie.
No, I know. Kova is a little bit crazy guy as well. Kova is a little bit crazy.
Yeah, and we've mentioned it, but Craig Levine left. Were you shocked?
No, I wasn't shocked, obviously, because we were doing well. As a team, like, we were performing, and I think we were like in top 4. And obviously, Scotland were looking for a manager, and I don't think Levine, obviously, his name kind of like to be like in a newspaper, so we kind of knew that that it was going to be like the Scottish FA was going to talk to him. So, but yeah, it wasn't easy when he left, basically, because he signed all the players. So we kind of like felt sad a little bit, like when he left. And I remember, I think we lost. We lost 7. Was it 7-1? 7-2?
Yes, it was 7-1.
And Peter Houston after the game saying, "Oh, he doesn't like in paper." Something came out saying he doesn't want the job, and what's happening here? And then all the like Lee Wilkie and MD Webster, John Dilly, and I think it was Sean Dillon. They called all the players. We kind of like had a meeting and said, "Look, okay, we all have the respect for Craig Levine. Obviously, we're not happy that he left, but we're still here. We have a second part of the season that to finish, and we can do something great here, so let's work up, okay, stop thinking about the past. We look forward, and we'll go again." And after that meeting, we didn't look back. We won game after game. That was crazy. So it's just mad, just what one meeting can do. If we didn't have that meeting, maybe we would have lost game after game. You know what I mean? But no, after that meeting, we went on the run on just winning game after game. It was just crazy.
What changed at the club when Levine left and then Houston came in? Did he do anything different in training?
No, to be fair, no, the training was the same. It was just, I think it was mainly us feeling like down, basically, like, of Craig Levine leaving, basically. And after that meeting, like I say, we kind of like, okay, he left, okay, that's it, that's in the past. Now we're going to look forward, and we're going to get one game at a time and see what happened. And that's what we did. It was one game at a time, and we were winning and winning. And when you start winning games 1, 2, 3, the confidence start to fly, and everybody start to have a buzz, like a smile. Everybody's just happy, and that's what was happening. And Justy is a guy who's always smiling as well. So it's an easy job when you're a manager and you're winning. Like you come in, and so everything was just basically perfect by winning games, and keeping kind of the same what we were doing before.
And that Scottish Cup run with the hand of Damien, we have
they had a good.
I mean, it looked fair. With a 3-3 with Rangers, then David Robertson's backside booked a place in the semi-final. You were playing against Wraith Rovers in a semi-final, but it had to be important to respect them as an opponent and not just think, we'll be in the final.
Yeah, no, we like I say, we were saying, like, we're gonna see what happened one game at a time, and we had the same respect. It didn't matter who we're playing against. We could be playing Rangers today and Red Rovers the next day. We will have the same respect for the team that we were facing, basically. And no one in the team was thinking, "Oh, okay, today's Red Rovers is going to be easy." Anyway, I don't think anybody was. I don't think Lee Wilkie or MJ Wester will allow us to be like that. So nobody was thinking like this. So everybody, we were all in the same, we're all going in the same direction, and we all had the same mindset of we have to go out and perform and win the game.
Was Lee Wilkie still a big factor around the squad?
Oh yeah,
even though he wasn't playing at that point.
He wasn't playing, but he was still the team. For us, he was still the team captain, even though he wasn't playing. He was still there. He was still there.
15th of May, 2010, Hampden Park. Talk to us. Tell us about it.
Well, I was sharing room with Prince, obviously. And the night before, I remember Prince panicking, saying, like, he said, "Oh, Gomis, do you think we'll win the cup final?" And I said, "Yeah, don't worry." He said, "Yeah, but we lost the cup final 2 years ago against Rangers, and Ross County, they just beat Celtic. You see the game in the semi-final. How that Prince, go to sleep, stop panicking." And then I just stop, man. Stop thinking too much. Don't worry. It was fine. Prince was just panicking, thinking about 2008, like the League Cup, and obviously beating Celtic the way they play. I was like, "Don't worry, man. We are not Celtic. we Dundee United. We go out tomorrow and then we'll perform." And so. So yeah, so anyway, yeah, Prince was panicking that night, and then obviously the next day we go in, and I think we were like, if if I remember the game, first half wasn't really the best. I think it was a little bit scrappy. I think we were probably maybe nervous a little bit, like, of the occasion, because the stadium was full, and obviously we were, between us and Ross County, I think we were the favorite. So, but Ross County at that time were good as well. They had some very good players, and obviously what they did in the semi-final to beat Celtic the way they did, you had to respect that as well. So we had to be careful not to underestimate them. So we had to respect them, but not give them too much respect, because we want to win as well. It's not like, okay. So first half was a little bit scrappy, and then I remember at halftime, like, Peter Houston telling us, to be more relaxed and just go out and just go on and enjoy and make things happen. And I'm sure once we score one, we'll score another one. And that's what we did in second half. We were more relaxed and we ended up scoring one. And then after that, it was just basically us just attacking, and we managed to score 3 goals.
What's your memory of Goody's goal going in? Where were you when the ball lofted over the keeper?
I was not far from the middle of the pitch, because I'm the one who played that long pass to John Daly, and then the goalkeeper came out, and then he came out and made a mistake, and the ball ended up going to Goodwillie, who chested it, and then just lobbed it. But the ball was going like through the emotion, basically. It was like all looking and looking, the ball going down and in. I was just like, what? Start running. Everybody Gideon, we're all going crazy, jumping and pushing each other. I was like, oh my God, what a goal. Yeah, what a goal.
Yeah, it was a peach.
And it was Craig Conway with the second, and then wrapped up with the third, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah, definitely. Great goal, go down the line and then just go like 1v1. And yeah, it was three good goals, to be fair, if you look back. Yeah.
And the thing is, the image is Conway wheeling away with the arms out. It's just that picture you see, and it's behind all the, I mean, yeah, it's hard to speak about sometimes. What was it like walking out even before the match for warm-up and just seeing all the fans decked out in tangerine, and what was that feeling like?
Yeah, it was beautiful. It's the same feeling that we had obviously 2 years ago. Obviously not all the players were there, but we lost the final against Rangers. Being in the final again is something that you don't really get all the time. So for us to be there again 2 years after losing that final, it was a privilege, and something that we wanted to have a better test than what we had 2 years ago. We wanted to be the winner. We wanted to take a cup and run around the pitch, and I think that's how we felt. That's how we were looking around, be like, okay, we need to win today. Like, there's so many fans, we need to, and we're lucky to to win that cup. Yeah.
When the full-time whistle went, did Prince finally calm down and think,
yeah. I did. I went to see him. I said, "You okay?" He said, "I told you." I said, "Come on." So we were just shouting and just pushing each other. Just oh, what a day! Oh, that was a beautiful day. What a beautiful.
What do you remember about the bus journey back to Dundee?
Oh, we were just singing. Like, everybody was just happy. Like, we was on the phone or just singing, drinking. Just looking at the street, obviously, because there were fans just following us as well. So it was just a happy place. And the bus was just bouncing. Like, some people were just singing. It was great.
Any ex-teammates on the bus, or?
Yeah, Noel. I was surprised to see him. I was like, "What are you doing here? Are you signing?" No, but that's great though. That tells you everything about the club. Like, for allowing him a player that used to play for us, and it was not there anymore, but still, it's like he was part of the team. Even though he left, but he was still part of the team, because he had that connection with the club and the players and the coaching staff. So that it's beautiful. It's not every club, I think, we would have allowed to do that, for another player.
Did Craig Levein, because Craig Levein was at the match, did he come down after it and say anything to the team?
I can't remember. To be fair, I can't remember. I can't remember
No.
because so many celebration. Everybody was just able. I can't remember.
Obviously, for people like yourself that were there 2 years previous and going up the Hampden steps to get the runners-up medal, but you 2 years later you're going up after the runners-up, and what was it? Do you remember the feeling of getting your hands on the trophy and lifting it?
Yeah, I was so happy, man. I just couldn't wait because we had to wait. Obviously, everyone was just waiting to take the cup and just to kiss it and then just pray in the air for the fathers to do. Oh, hey. So yeah, no, it was a beautiful feeling. Beautiful.
Yeah, and
again.
How long did the celebrations go on for that night?
Oh, the whole night. We didn't sleep. There was no sleeping. We didn't sleep. We went out all night. We were everywhere in Dundee. Like we didn't sleep. I don't think anyone out there didn't sleep. we had to go and meet the tour bus. I think early in the morning as well.
Yeah.
Like still wearing the suit that we were wearing the night before. Honestly, what a night.
And the scenes at Tannadice the next day as well were fantastic. You obviously had a couple of your teammates running about with their tops off.
Yeah,
it was just a great atmosphere.
I know, that was funny. I don't know what they would think, but
I'm sure they don't either.
Yeah, looking back to it, thinking, what was it?
See, when you're on the bus and you're coming round and then you go into the city square, like that feeling of sort of going out and seeing, again, you see thousands the day before, but to see the city square absolutely jam-packed again, and then go to Tannadice, it was. I mean, most of the fans probably hadn't slept either.
I know, exactly. I thought that's what I'm saying. I think the town, everybody was up like the whole night. Like the town was just like buzzing, like jumping. It was just crazy. It was a beautiful burst. That's what football is all about. When you win something and you love your team and fans are just there. And you don't get that feeling all the time because obviously it's hard to win cups all the time. And that's the last time that United won the Scottish. So when you get that win, you always want to make sure you celebrate because you just don't know when it's going to come back again.
Yeah. And did you have family over at the final as well for that?
Yeah. I had my brother and some of my mates from Paris. Again, I had to get like 10, 15. Yeah. At this time, I was living by myself. I had my flat at City Key and all my boys were all there. So, yeah. So it was crazy.
Yeah. The 2010 reunion dinners and any events that go with it are brilliant for the fans and whatever. When did you realise how big a deal winning the cup is for Dundee United?
Well, yeah, to be fair, when we first won the cup, I was just like, okay, we won the cup, so be it. Then obviously I left the club and everything, but then after like 3, 4, 5 years, and then come the anniversary of 10 years, you're like looking back, you're like, oh wow, that was 10 years ago. And then you seen people talking about it, and then honestly, I didn't expect the United to do that, the reunion. I didn't know. I didn't think they were going to do anything. I wasn't really thinking, to be fair. And then when I got the invitation, I was just, oh, that's beautiful. Then when I seen all the people being there, I was just like, oh, wow, it's actually what we did is massive. We basically put a name there, but I didn't realize back then. But we're basically part of the club now. Like Queen's Bourbon, Greg Conway, Danny Swanson. That name would never. Nobody could erase that name, basically. Like, people will always remember those people from 2010. People will always remember, the United win the Scottish Cup. Like, so it's something that it's great to be part of, definitely. Like, it's because football is not everybody who wins like cups, like, and to be able to be part of a football club, I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, like you can make the argument that everybody that's picked up a winner's medal at Tannadice is a club legend. Because there's been so many players over the years that have, in our opinion, been fortunate enough to play for Dundee United, but there's only a select few that have actually won silverware, and you're one of them.
Well, no, we're lucky. I'm proud of that achievement because, like I say, it's not, you play football. It's not everybody who manage to win things, and if you're able to do it, then it's something like you have to be grateful and to be proud as well. So it's a beautiful feeling. So
yeah, and even like say that dinner when I met you and a rather drunk Paul Dixon put us in contact. But the players that were there, like, Kovacevic was there and maybe hadn't been to the one previously, so it was really good for that sense. But it was also quite nice of, people like Darren Dodds wasn't on the pitch, 2010, but was firmly part of that squad, and that was quite a nice thing as well.
Yeah, of course. Like I say, we're a team. It's not just the players who were on the pitch. It's everybody. It's like the players on the pitch, the guys on the bench, the guys who were in the stand, and guys who were injured. It's the whole squad basically. It's not just the starting 11.
You must have went off on holiday with a big smile that year.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did. I was happy, very, very happy. Yeah.
And then when you came back, it would be your first Peter Houston pre-season. Was it any different?
I was the same, as hard as
exactly the same.
In the three, it was the same. It was the same pre-season. Oh, honestly, beyond us.
And by then, you've been there a few years. You've been in Group 1. I'm assuming you're now really needing to lead a wee bit by example because you've been there a couple of years and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so.
But the funny thing, I came back pre-season and I was kind of like, for myself, hand fit compared to previous pre-season. I kind of like let myself go, I would say. Like, so I came back being a little bit overweight. So when I look back, I didn't have a great pre-season. I remember starting the season and I think I started the season, but then I was on the bench for the second game of the season, and that never happened before. And I know why, obviously, because I didn't have a great preseason, and so I wasn't really happy with myself, I would say.
And which is surprising, given you knew probably what to expect from preseason.
Yeah, I know. But if I'm being honest, the reason why is because that summer after winning the Scottish Cup, I thought I was going to leave the club. I didn't think I was going to stay because there was talk of maybe going to Middlesbrough when Craig Gordon was the manager, and I thought I was going to leave. So I remember speaking to my agent and speaking to some people who were close to the few contacts that they had in England, saying that I was about to leave the club. So in my head, I was kind of like leaving the club, and I wasn't expecting to come back basically to the United. And I kind of like let myself go that summer, I think.
Yeah. And then you came back, and we played in Europe as well. Played in Athens.
Yeah, I did great team. It was a great game as well. Stayed full stadium, and I thought we were unlucky. I thought we played well as well in that game.
Yeah. What was the game like over there? Is that because that was in almost an empty stadium?
It's strange because there was only Dundee United fans.
Yeah,
big stadium. We only see like
500 United fans.
Yeah, of Dundee United there, but we were unlucky as well over there. I thought we compete. We just, like I say, we're just missing that little bit of luck. They were a great team, to be fair.
Yeah. It would be your last season at Tannadice. Was it just a natural thing that it came to an end that summer after that season?
Sorry, can you?
That was your last season at Tannadice. After that, was it just, had you made your mind up? You just needed a new challenge or a fresh start?
Well, after winning the Scottish Cup, I thought I was going to leave. So it didn't happen. Came back pre-season, and my head wasn't really in the right frame of mind. I would say I was thinking of leaving, so I ended up staying. I remember having a conversation with Peter Houston because I wasn't playing well during that first 6 months. Once the transfer window was closed, I remember talking to Peter Houston and saying, "Look, obviously you didn't move, but you're still here, so you still have to, do well and see what happened during the summer." Obviously, then you want me to extend my contract, but I told them I wasn't really sure. I will see how it is play, and then we'll see over the summer. But then I made my decision that I wanted to leave, so that was my last season with the club.
Was there a few teams? Was there a few teams in for you at that time, or was it just Birmingham that came calling?
There was other clubs. Yeah, there was other clubs. Even that summer, obviously after winning the Scottish Cup, but nothing happened. Even the year before, there was other teams, but obviously United. I think Rangers made a bid, and the United they refused after the 2008 the League Cup final. Rangers came in for me, but I was happy to stay. I didn't knock on the door and say I want to leave, but Rangers came in and nothing happened. But I was thinking, obviously, if I do well, other clubs will come. But so that's why I'm in my mind that I wanted to leave and be a free agent and then see what happened. You just take it from there.
Yeah, and you went to Birmingham.
Yeah,
and then 2 days later, the manager that signed you left.
Yeah. I remember being on holiday, and when my agent mentioned that Alec McLeish is leaving the club to Aston Villa, I was just like, like, what's going to happen? And he said, well, the deal is still on the table. Like, the president still want you. So I was okay, well, doesn't matter who's the manager is going to be. I'm still going to have to work hard, even if it was Alec McLeish, or it doesn't matter who is the manager. I still have to go down and work hard. So for me, it wasn't our decision to make. So I'll just sign and then we just take it from there. So,
What was that 2 years like down there?
It was great. The first year was good. The second season was really hard. The first year, my manager was Chris Hutton. So it was a good manager. I was in the team, like I was in and out of the team, and then the second season, that's when it was really, really difficult. I had a manager called Lee Clark. Don't know if you ever heard of him. So he came in. He took over after Chris Hutton left, and so the season before I signed for Birmingham, Lee Clark was the manager of Huddersfield, and Huddersfield wanted to sign me before I signed for Birmingham. And Huddersfield were in League One, and obviously my agent is telling me Birmingham want to sign me, and Huddersfield in League One. For me, it was an easy decision to make. I'll go to the Championship. I'm not going to go League One. I'll go to the Championship. Birmingham just came down from the Premier League. So anyway, Lee Clark wanted to sign me for Huddersfield. So I was happy to know that Lee Clark was coming to Birmingham because he wanted to sign me when he was at Huddersfield. So I start pre-season, everything is well. And then 1 week before pre-season is over, Lee Clark called me in his office and he said to me that I was his seventh midfielder in the team, that basically I wouldn't be playing. So basically all the other midfielders in front of me, I'm like number 7. So Rangers want to sign you, but Rangers just they just had the problem with administration. They just went down the 4th division in Scotland, the League 2 in Scotland. He said that to me, that it will be good for you to go there. And I'm looking at him. I was like, what? Me going to Rangers in League 2 in Scotland? I was like, I'm playing in Championship. There's no way I'm going. If they were maybe going down to the Championship in Scotland, I would maybe consider, but League 2, I was like, no, man, I'm not going back up. No shot. He said, well, you're not going to play. If you stay, you're not playing. And I said to him, well, we'll see. I think there's only one player who I could say to you, he might be better than me. His name is Ravel Morrison. He was on loan from West Ham. He was on loan to us at Birmingham. And I said, only him I can say he's better than me. But your other midfielder, I can look at them in their eyes and tell them they're not better than me. You might pick them, but I'm confident enough to know that those guys are not better than me. And he said, oh, okay, good. You're a confident player. I was like, well, yeah, I am. But he said, you're not going to play. So for this first 6 months, I didn't play. I was training with the kids, with the Vizel. He just didn't want me there. It's just like, every morning I would come in. He didn't even say anything to me. He was pointing his finger, just say, you go over there with the kids. Like, I was just like, wow. But the thing is, for me, because I love football and I respect everybody, the way I was training with the kids, it was the same way that I would train with the first team. I used to go and kick them and everything. And but I'm not joking. He wanted to break me, but he didn't know me. Like, I've been in so many other situations worse than this. For me to be in this situation was nothing. It was just a piece of cake. I was just like, he doesn't want me, fair enough. But it's a long season. We'll see what happened. And I was right, because the second part of the season, he had to call me because many players were injured. And I was doing well. And a manager from the reserve, I think he had a word with him and told him, look, Gomis is there. You have to play him. He's doing well with us. He shouldn't even be with us. He should be like, the team is not doing well. You have a midfielder that you don't play him, like, back him. So I ended up, like, second part of the season playing, like, in a team, like, getting my place back in the team where I should have been from the start of the season.
Did your relationship with Lee Clark change when he brought you back into the team?
Well, it's funny, because after my first game, I remember, like, it was yesterday, we're playing a FA Cup against Leeds away. It was just after Christmas. So inside my head, I was like, there's no way he's going to take me. I thought I was going to stay home. Like, and then I see my name in the list. Gomis, I'm in the squad. I was like, oh, wow. And everybody, all the players that you will play. I was like, no, I think you will play those players. I think I will just be on the bench because all the players are injured. And I ended up starting the game. I had an amazing game. Honestly, like, we drew 1-1. And I played really well. And then the team captain at the end of the game, when Lee Clark was talking, saying, oh, well done to everybody, he said, oh, special mention to Morgaro Gomis. The captain was Curtis Davis at that time. But so he did this. Then Lee Clark finished talking, he said, oh, we have to mention Gomis because or not play the first 6 months, and to do what he did today was amazing. And then Niklas was like, yeah, like start to talk, and then he called me. So look, forget what happened the first 6 months. Focus about the rest of the season, and then we can talk about new contract. Imagine that after just playing just one game, like for him to say that to me after the game, and then I've got assistant manager talking to me during that week. Oh, no, we love you the way you play. You're the only player who's able to carry the ball and stuff. I was like, I've been here for 6 months. Like, you didn't know what I was able to do. It's just you. Honestly, it was just scary. It was just mad. Oh, what a situation I was in. But I ended up playing the second part of the season, and I think I started like 14 games, considering that I didn't play the first part of the season. Like, it's crazy. So I ended up playing the second part of the season, but then my contract was up, and I knew they were gonna extend my contract. I knew they were just talking to make me happy for me to do well, but I didn't need them to do that, because I love football so much that I want to do well for myself. It's not even for them; it's for me first. I want to obviously do well for the club, but I want to do well for myself. So I did well, but I knew they were not going to extend my contract. So they ended up releasing me. So yeah, I spent 2 years.
And then you ended up back at Tannadice. How did that happen?
Yeah, well, there was other interest from clubs in the Championship, Huddersfield at that time. But I think the problem was during that, when I became free agent, there was other agents calling the clubs saying they were representing me, but they weren't. So there was too many agents involved on the deal, and Huddersfield, they just didn't like that. They didn't like wanting to sign the players when there's like 3 or 4 agents calling saying they represent the player. So they end up not wanting to sign me. So obviously, I came back to Man United, and I just wanted to train first. When Jackie Mann was the manager, I told them I want to stay in England. I don't want to go back to Scotland and play. I want to stay in England. But if you allow me to train, so be it. I'm happy to come and train. And then after 2 weeks of training, Jackie just said, "Look, why don't you sign? Like, we've got a good team, young players. You will enjoy it, like, And I was looking around, I was like, yeah, to be fair, the kids are good. they're good, and I can see myself, having fun. I spent 2 years, especially last season. The first 6 months was difficult, so it will be nice to maybe to come back and have fun with them, and just and do well for myself again, and hopefully get a move. So so Jackie said, "Look, you will play," and I said, "Okay, cool, that's fine." So I signed the contract. I think it was November for the club. And my first game when I signed was Celtic at Celtic Park, and I started that game, but I didn't do any preseason. The thing, I was just training by myself during preseason. I didn't train with the United. I only started training with the United beginning of September. So I didn't do any preseason, but I was fit. I was fine. So Jackie decided to start me, and I had a good game. We drew 1-1. But then after the game, Jackie called me in his office during the week. He said, "Look, you just signed for the club. There were other players here before you. I'm going to play them, and then we'll see what happens." For me, it was just like, okay, it's competition is normal. Every club you go, there's competition. I didn't see anything I didn't read anything but then after playing against Celtic and being on the bench the week after, and then week 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's not playing me, I'm thinking, what's happening here? Like, you start me against Celtic, I play well, and then you don't play me anymore. And then he said, "No, but there was other players here before you." I said, "Yeah, but I just don't understand. You begged me to come and sign for the club, and now you're not playing me. Like, what is this?" And then, so I ended up not even playing that much that season. So, which was like, I wasn't happy at all. I wasn't happy at all, to be fair. I was very hungry with them, because they told me things that and they didn't really, the promise they didn't deliver to me. So, but it's football. Yeah, it's what.
There's obviously, you go into a dressing room, there's still a couple of players there that you played with, but Nadir Chiefchi was there.
Yeah, great guy.
Character.
Crazy guy, yeah.
And just took kick off on his own, and off he went again, and was just a game changer, a match winner, but a crazy guy at times.
Yeah, he had this temper, but like you say, on the ball, he was amazing. He wasn't the only one. There was all the other players. The squad that we had, it was so good. Like, honestly, a really, really good squad. And players were just fearless. They just wanted to play and go and enjoy themselves, basically. That's that season.
We spoke to Callum Butcher a couple of weeks ago, and he mentioned there was a little car crash on the way to one of the games. I think you were in Callum Butcher's car, and it went into the back of Nadir's car.
Yeah. I can't remember what happened. Yeah.
I think it was just around. It was about Carnoustie.
Yeah, we had a pre-match meal, and then we were going into the stadium. But
Mhm.
was it Scar? I can't remember. It wasn't. Was
Yeah,
it?
it was Butcher. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was-
but the big thing was it was all on Nadir, and Nadir was, because I think people were late, but then Nadir scored the winner. So I think everyone got off with it.
Yeah. I remember being in a car. Yeah, but I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. It was Nadir's car. I remember, being in a car. But yeah.
Obviously, you go in. You mentioned the youngsters, but like, were you quite amazed at like what a Ryan Gold was like, and Andy Robertson was obviously there that season as well. And you'd been away a couple of years, and it was quite a different team.
Yeah, definitely. They were like really young, but I remember my last season when I was at Birmingham. I think Ryan Gold he started to play with the first team. When in 2000, so I kind of knew, like, I didn't know them, but I knew their name, and I've seen them on TV. So obviously, then when I signed for the club and being close to them and seeing them in training, they're like, well, those boys are good. You can see.
Would you try and mark Ryan Gold in training?
Oh, I was doing that as well. I like to test myself against the best, so I like to mind them. So now, great player.
Yeah. And you were trying to get a spot away from, John Rankin and Paul Payton in that midfield.
Yeah. We had competition between the three of us. So they were good together. To be fair, that season they played well.
Mm-hmm. Although it was a disappointment of a season for you, like a couple of games from that season that we'll speak about, the semi-final at Ibrox. You'd only play a small part in that match, but you must have enjoyed that day. That's the iconic Nadir Shifsi celebrating before he's even scored.
Well, you saw it. It's like I was on the bench thinking, where's that guy doing?
Just put it in the net.
Yeah, and then you celebrate, but the guy's already the ball is still running with the ball, and he's like this. So I'm like, what? Imagine you missed that. Oh my god, that's Nadir for you, man. He was just special, I would say. A special guy.
Yeah. And the final itself. Now, as a fan, that's one of the most disappointing games that we can remember watching United in. Individually, I feel that we had better players than St Johnstone. But for one reason or another, they just had our number that year. And how frustrating was it for you to be an unused sub that day?
Yeah, well, I was pissed off. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to play because the week before, I think we played Celtic at Celtic Park, but he kind of changed the team. But I did well in that game. I played really well, so I thought maybe, I've got a chance maybe to play. In the cup final. But obviously, and then I ended up being on the bench, and so okay, let's see what happened. But we didn't perform on that day. I think we got. I don't know. I don't want to say bully, but I think St Johnstone were more organized, and then the game plan was the game plan that they had kind of worked, and we were not really there on that day. I think something I don't know what happened. We didn't perform. We didn't turn up, I would say.
Yeah. At the end of that season, you obviously left again. I take it there was no chance you were hanging around. You were just making a move after that.
I just wanted out. I wanted to leave in January, but Jackie told me, no, stay, you will play. And I ended up staying and I didn't play. So I was really, really pissed off. So I just couldn't wait for the season to finish. Obviously, I wasn't happy for us to lose the Scottish Cup because I wanted to win. Even though I didn't play, I wanted us to win. But then we lost, and then I was just like, you know what? That's me. That my time at the club is over anyway. So it's finished, and so I ended up leaving.
Yeah, you had quite an interesting 4 years. You went to Hearts, you went to Motherwell, you went to Malaysia, you went to Oman. What was it like playing overseas, like in Malaysia and Oman?
It was great because it's something I always wanted to do. Like I always had back on my mind to. I just didn't want to just play in Scotland and England. I wanted to play like to see something else, another country. So when I had the opportunity to go to Malaysia, I just jumped. I was just like, yeah, I'm going. I'm going. I'm not even picking twice. So I spent 2 years there, and it was a great experience. It was really good. I really enjoyed my time there. And then after Malaysia, I ended up going to Oman for 6 months. But I signed a one year contract there. But then obviously Dundee United came in, in January, I had a conversation with Robbie Nielsen, who just took over, and he just said it would be nice for you. I want you to come back if you want, and so I canceled my contract in Oman and end up coming back to the United to sign for them.
What was like going to Malaysia and Oman like for the family? Given obviously if you're in the UK, they can move around pretty easy. Did everyone move away with you?
No, it was just me. It was just me. But my wife, my kids, they came to see me. Not in Oman, but in Malaysia. Yeah, they came a few times, and I traveled back and forth many times. I was in Malaysia for 2 years, and I think I came home more than 10 times. Like at least 2 months here, I was able to come home, and they came to as well. So, but the good thing, obviously, nowadays, thanks to FaceTime, it's kind of like it's not easy, but it makes it like a lot easier than it would have been if we didn't have FaceTime. I don't think I would have been able to be there if I wasn't able to call them every day and to be on the phone with them. Like just not to see them. I think it would have been hard just to call them. I don't think I would have been able to move, but being able to be on video call, like I was on basically with them every day. There was not one day like I was on a video call with my family, like like it was morning, afternoon, or on the phone to them. So I felt like I was far away, but I was still close to them, if you know what I mean.
And here you are staring at us tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
What was the actual football like in Malaysia and Oman? Like, was it a good standard? Was it roasting hot? Was it night time? What was it like?
Yeah, all the games are played at 9 o'clock in the evening, and but the fans are already like 6 o'clock. They're already like inside the stadium waiting. Like it's packed. They're already there with their phone taking pictures. They're really passionate about football, and each clubs at that time when I was there, they were allowed to have 4 foreigners, and then just the local players. And the foreigners are mainly from Argentina, Brazil, or Africa, or a few from Europe, like myself when I signed for the club. And the tactic over there is there's no tactic there. It's like you attack, you try to score goals. Like honestly, it's mad. It's just there was never like a 0-0 or there's always goals. It was like 3-3, 4-3, 5-3. It's just like no, I'm not joking. It was just mad. I was just like, wow. You see the two honestly, it was crazy. Like there was no tactic. Like, technical, I would say like the league is like really technical, but tactically they're just you can bend that. They just want to go and attack and score goals and win games. That's what the fan wants. They don't want like 0-0 or like they just want to see goals.
I could see Morgaro Gomez playing as a number 10.
Oh, 100%
in Malaysia there.
Well, I did a few times. I even played centre back one game. So, no, it was funny, but no, it was yeah. I loved it there.
Yeah.
Wow. Now you've touched on Robbie Nielsen. Obviously, gives you a call and asks you to come back. Was it an easy decision to come back? Because at that time, Dundee United were in the Championship.
Yeah, they were in Championship. But I think I was actually, I was thinking, should I or not? Because I was playing in Oman and we were in the semi-final of the Omani Cup before I left the club. So I was thinking, I could stay here and finish the season and maybe go to the final and win the cup with them and again mark my name somewhere else. United put my name somewhere. I'll go back to the United and obviously Stand United was the club that I love and try to help them to get back to the Premier League. So I was thinking, should I or not? And then I ended up obviously coming back. Obviously, it's like because Scotland is home for me. So I ended up signing for the United and tried to help the club to go back to the Premier League. But it didn't turn out to be the best decision I've made, I would say.
You made your third debut for the club. Came up against an ex-teammate this time. Sean Dillon was playing for Montrose.
Oh yeah. That was my first start in was it League Scottish Cup? Was it Scottish
Cup? Yeah,
Scottish Cup. Yep.
Yeah, Scottish Cup. I can't remember what was the score, but yeah,
4-0.
4-0. Yeah.
4-0, yeah. That was my first.
Because obviously United had brought in a lot of players that transfer window.
Yeah.
A lot of players.
Yeah. I think it was the last day of transfer window, the second last day when all the players came in the last minute. Yeah. So Callum Butcher, who else? There's
Butcher, Reynolds, Connolly, Hart,
Yeah. I was just like, wow, what's happening here? There's so many players.
There was a lot going on. Yeah, there was a lot going on.
The game after that, we were down at Ayr United on a Friday night. We got to beat 1-0.
Remind me that game.
You managed to get yourself sent off.
a red card. That just killed me basically. That game just it just destroyed me. Like honestly, yeah, we didn't. It was a bad performance. I think what was the score? You lost
1-0.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was 1-0. 1-0.
We didn't have a good record down there for a long time.
No.
Yeah, I know.
Can you remember who you got the second yellow card for
Yeah,
fouling?
was it on
Shantland.
Shantland? Yeah.
Shantland.
I got 2 yellow cards in space of like 5 minutes or something. Like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. You kind of touched on it. Wasn't maybe personally for yourself, not a great decision, obviously coming back, but we just didn't have enough in the tank either come the end of that season to get promotion.
Yeah, it was difficult. I don't know how to say that. I don't know. Like, I mean the squad was good. We're good players, but
yeah.
I think so. Obviously, something was missing.
I think we've always said as fans, though, it was maybe a bit of a blessing in disguise that we didn't go up that year because after the next year,
done well this season after. So yeah, maybe something happened like that.
Yeah. And after that, you went on. You played for Falkirk, Clyde. You went abroad again, but you're still playing now. You're still in Shire.
Yeah, still playing. Yeah, still playing. Still loving the game.
How is it? How is it playing at East Stirlingshire? Is the boy because you're 40 now, if you don't mind?
Yeah, definitely 40. It's been great. I've been at the club since so it's been like 20 months now. So, no, it's been great. Obviously, now the start of the season it's not been the best, but we lost 6 and drew 1. So that's not a great start. But we've been in a similar run last season, where at the start of the season, the first 10 games we lost 7 and drew 3. But we end up turning the season around and finishing 9. So we are hoping that we can do again the same this season. But we have to win as soon as possible so we can kick on. What happened? But now I'm enjoying myself. Like I'm playing week in, week out, and the boys are like they're really good players and good boys as well. Like young team, just trying to help them basically. Some of them.
Yeah, and are you still playing as you did, still in it, people's ankles and still
still in their face, still trying to kick them.
We spoke to Sean Dillon about it. I mean, he's 41 now, still playing a wee bit injured at Montrose, but how do you feel playing? How's the body holding up with training and playing stuff?
No, fine, no issue. Fine. So it's funny because we played pre-season against who was it? Against Falkirk at Falkirk Stadium. And after we only played 45 minutes, it was like a mini tournament. It was us, Alloa, and we played 45 minutes against Falkirk, 45 minutes against Alloa. And the first game against the second game against Falkirk, after the game, the assistant manager came up to me and said, "Gomis, how old are you now?" And I said, I'm turning 40 soon. It was just like, how can you be turning 40 and you still playing? I'm lucky to touch you that can carry on playing like this. But no, I feel good. I think good physically.
I think it's to do with all the Craig Levine pre-seasons.
I think so too. You know, I think
it's giving you a little extra. Yeah, so we've done a bit. We've kind of went through most of our questions about your time in football, but we've got some extra questions that we always like to ask at the end. Yeah. Now, we did a bit of digging. A couple of your ex-teammates told us this. We're led to believe that you always used to wear really baggy jeans and a white beanie hat.
You said that.
Do you still own these items?
No, man, that's not true, man. I only had one hat. That's Shandin on the same. Yeah? That's Shandin. Now I used to go out, wearing like a little white hat. I don't know. That was the style back in the days. I don't know. Like being in a nightclub with honestly, looking back, I was just like, wow. I want to slap my face, actually. I mean, what?
Are you aware that there's a United fan with your name and song tattooed on his leg?
Yeah. I met the guy one night. I was out. He came up to me and said, look at my, I think it's on his car. Yeah, I remember and I was like, oh, wow. I was like, what did you do? I was just like, well, I was like, oh, thank you very much. I didn't know what to say. It was just weird. You don't see this. Crazy.
Did you ever get into trouble from Dillo or Willow when they would pick you up and you'd have your headphones in?
See, that's not true. It's not me. It was Prince. I don't know why they
Prince. In fairness, he did say it was Prince that was the main.
It was Prince used to come in. They used to come and pick us up, and Prince would put his headphones, and he just didn't talk. He was just listening to music. And Sean didn't. I don't know why you would say you were doing the same. I was like, no, I wasn't. I wasn't talking. I wasn't wearing headphones. I was just there enjoying the ride and just being ready for training. I was focused.
What was it like in a car sitting with Willow and Sean Dillon speaking to each other?
I was funny. They used to like fight each other, like in a good way. Like they were always like kind of like arguing. You know what Willow thought? Like it's like he likes to bite, and Sean Dillon likes sometimes to make jokes with him. So it was had a good relationship. But we're always all good together. Like we're always laughing. I mean that's the reason why they would come and pick us up as well, because they knew that sometimes we'll just have a good laugh, and they were always nice with us.
Yeah. Are you still coaching kids at Hearts, or are you still coaching at all?
I stopped. Yeah, no, I stopped. I used to do it for 2 years. I was doing under 15s and then under 10s, but no, I stopped coaching just now. So let's see what happens.
Yeah. Do you have any memorable dressing room stories? For example, how did you find Gavin Gunning?
Strange.
Yeah, I think most people would say that.
Loud.
He was strange, very strange guy. No, I don't have actually. I remember Stricky used to like make pranks with other guys. He used to take. Sometimes we would cut like jeans of other players, or you would put insect inside their pocket. Like you would do like crazy things, like pranks. Yeah, that's what I remember most. Yeah, most of it. Yeah.
We've heard about the naked boxing match Sean Dillon and Danny Swanson had in the dressing room.
In the showers.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Can you? I mean, like you say, we think it's a real Scottish, British thing in dressing rooms. There's a lot of pranks go on. I think when people, and I'm thinking in my head, Gregor Shamatolsky turns up and things like this are happening, he must go, what's going on?
Now, yeah, probably he's always scratching his head. Just like, what am I doing here? Get me back to Poland, please. What did I say? He used to sit next to Leworky. He was sitting next to Leworky. Yeah, Shamadowski. That was crazy.
That's two people I don't want to be on a night out with.
Or on the wrong side of.
Wow.
Yeah, they used to sit next to each other. I remember that. It's funny.
Who was your favourite manager that you worked under at Tannadice?
It was hard. Well, Craig Levin, I would say, because he gave me my contract, I would say, but yeah, Craig Levin. Yeah, Craig Levin.
Yeah, I mean, if you'd opened up, we could have said, well, you would have had to say Mixie, or we would have had a hostage situation.
Well, we might have, yeah.
Who's the best? On you go.
He said at Tannadice.
Yes. Just getting out. I'm just checking he's not behind you there, you know. Who's the best player you played alongside at United?
Oh God, you put me on the spot here. So many. Honestly, they were all so good.
Or stick a few names out. Who did you like playing alongside?
And Tannadice Swanson was my favorite. I'll say that. Like it was for me, it was just like, wow, what a player. It's crazy because I think if he was a little bit taller, he would have signed maybe for Celtic or Rangers. It's crazy. Like he was, for me, he was that good. I think it's just because of his size, he was small, and they all talk about physicality and everything. For me, it's what you do with the ball, and Swanee was just on his day was one of the best players. Like there was no one.
What was so good about the dynamic of you and Prince in midfield together?
It's hard to explain. To be fair, if people kept asking me that question. We never really we were not really talking on the pitch. It was just like a connection. Like if Prince was like playing deeper than, if I was high, Prince was deep. If I was deep, Prince was. It was just like we would just see what we were doing on the pitch, like and we were close to each other, and I don't know. It was just I just enjoyed playing with him because obviously he was a great player. Like his technical ability and physical ability was great. Like he's someone you could pass the ball and play 1-2 with him, and he could hold the ball and run, shoot. He was a perfect player like to play next to. But there was other players as well. Scott Robertson was the same.
Good player. Good player.
Willow Flood as well. Could do everything. Could defend. Could attack. So the midfielder that we had, we all, I think, complement each other. Like in a way, like it was just. I think we all had a good relationship with each other on the pitch.
Is Willow Flood one of the angriest men you've shared the dressing room with?
Yeah, definitely.
no doubts.
Yeah, definitely. What a guy. He used to hate it when me and Chris used to pass the ball to each other. Oh, what a guy. Nah, great player. I love Willow. I love Willow.
Who is the toughest opponent that you've faced in your whole career?
Oh, God, I don't know. Hard to say. It's hard to say. There's one player that he wasn't here for long, but oh my God, I thought, wow, who's that guy? He used to play for Kemano, Alumenko.
Eremenko,
yeah.
he was a good player.
He was a good player, yeah. He looked, I mean, we didn't know, but he looked strong as well. He was a big guy for a midfielder.
Yeah, he was strong, but you couldn't take the ball off him, and he was so good with the ball. Like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, wow, that guy's class, man. And he was playing for Kemano. Like, I was just like, wow, yeah. I remember him. Yeah, what a player. What a player.
Did you ever pick up any silly fines? Because we've heard there's a lot of random fines for leaving bibs out or people wearing.
Never. No, never. I never. No, never.
You never got on the wrong side of a John Rankin or a Sean Dillon when they were looking for money, or
No, not that. Oh, no. I don't think so.
you were just well behaved.
Yeah, I was. I used to come to training just only to train and yeah, like always on time. Never late. Yeah, no, I was always good. Trying to be good, yeah, all the time.
Do you still keep in touch with any of your old teammates from United?
Oh yeah. I still do. I still speak to Sean Dillon, Willow Flood, Prince Boben, Danny Swanson. Like, yeah, a lot of the boys like Hansan, Kovacevic. Still speak to some. Yeah.
Would you have played against Swanson recently? Have you played against Cowden Beef? Was it Cowden Beef last season?
Last season, he missed the game. He wasn't good, and I bumped into him after. I said, "Oh, you were scared to play against me."
Correct.
That's it.
But he played the week before, and I was happy. I'm just like, "Oh yes!" And then I said, Cowden Beef. I'm so happy. I'm going to see Swanee. And then when we got to the stage, I'm asking the manager because I know him. I was like, "Oh, where's Swanee?" So he's injured. He's not injured. Against me. No, I was joking. Yeah, no. It wouldn't be nice.
You would have played alongside him in the Masters tournament last year as well.
Yeah.
He was brilliant that night. He was absolutely brilliant.
I think top scorer. I think he scored 4 goals.
He was the best player.
Yeah. Yeah, I said that. He's probably one of the best, definitely. Yeah. I think he's going to play again. We've been invited to play in November at the Master. I think Swanee's been invited to play again, so hopefully he will be there.
Are you playing as well?
Yeah. They invite me. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, if you're too short,
don't ask us. Don't ask us. Morgaro, the final question we ask all our guests: how do you sum up your time at Dundee United?
In one word.
And as many words as you like.
I'll keep it simple. Just beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. Yeah. It's like, even though I came back twice and things didn't turn up quite well, but I'll still have. For me, it was still a beautiful time. Yeah, I just love the club. Yeah.
Morgaro Gomez, everyone, an absolute hero. I'm going to say he's a legend of the club. He's also the Parisian hide and seek champion from around about the early 2000s, when he just went to Jesus and he didn't live for about 6 months. But he certainly, when we were speaking to him about his career, it wasn't an easy road for him to get to the heights that he got to. And obviously his best time was at Tannadice. He maybe didn't earn the most money at Tannadice, but his best time in his career was at Tannadice. And the fact that when we go to games now, and if he makes an appearance, we all still belt out his song, I think that tells everybody how high an esteem he is held in by the fans of the club. So yeah, if he's not in the Hall of Fame, I think it's inevitable. It's going to happen at some point.
Yeah, incredible story as well, from diving into that early time and the trials they went on and finding about the academy system to becoming the Parisian
and then he wasn't good at scale, so they were like, right, off you pop.
I bombed.
Yeah.
And then away to
mental.
Like England and jumping about teams and trials and no contracts and then held hostage at Cowdenbeath and
that's right. Yeah, Gomez in my room. Do not leave. Do not open the door.
Yeah. So it was a brilliant story. He's such a he's such a gentleman, eh?
Yeah.
Like, he's such
he genuinely comes across as a very nice guy.
and still playing.
Still looks as fit as ever. Did he mention he's going to be in the Masters
Yes.
in a couple of months?
Yeah.
Hopefully alongside Swanson. Just give them to the bus.
Oh, God.
Morgaro, if he doesn't hit it, you go and get it and get it him, and we'll win. We'll be fine.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. I mentioned it to him mostly, but somebody had, one of the people we spoke to was like, he's a fucking, it might have been Craig Levine. He's a fucking pest.
Yeah.
Going, it's just a pest. Again, wouldn't leave you alone.
Yeah.
Brilliant. But yeah, a great guy, very humble, very private, quiet, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, brilliant to speak to him. And a lot longer than we thought it might be, but it's just sometimes the way they go.
Yeah, and hopefully it wasn't two pilots interviewing him this time either. I think we changed our headwear that day. So
yeah.
it should be fine.
Yeah. It's we're still working these setups out. With Morgaro being our guest, I thought we'd have a wee game of Where Are They Now? Of let's look at the United team when he made his debut.
Okay. So what is this a literal game? Have I got to guess?
No, really, because they're quite tricky, but
Right,
we'll just kind of go through them.
Okay.
Number 1, Derek Stilley.
Hopefully doing Skid Row somewhere. That's where I'm hoping. He's a Tory councillor or something.
He's a solicitor in
a
here.
lawyer. Yeah.
Number 3, David McCracken. He is the Wellbeing Development Officer with the PFA Scotland.
Okay.
Number 18, Gary Kenneth.
On the rigs.
Good shed boy working offshore is what I've got.
On the rigs, yeah.
Number 5 is Lee Mayer.
Is he still selling the magic beans?
He's a business finance broker.
Ah, okay. So he got there for Herbalife, I think.
Yeah.
Number
12, Stuart Duff.
Yeah, I've heard him on Aberdeen TV a couple of times.
Development phase coach at Aberdeen FC.
There,
yeah. Number 11, Barry Robson.
Oh, I've no idea.
Yeah.
He's in Fife, is he? He's in Fife.
He's still running with Morgaro at the front. Front of pre-season.
Elbowing boys just for the other side of the white line this time.
15, Craig Conway.
He was recently, it was just last week I saw him actually. He is somebody's agent that signed for Wrexham.
Yeah, the agent.
Boy for Coventry or
something.
Yeah.
25, David Robertson. I've absolutely no idea. He was last known to be selling boilers that I could find.
I'm just going to say no idea.
30, Grant Smith.
Who's Grant Smith?
Well, now he's a football agent.
Okay.
So he's done. Number 7, Mark Kerr.
Selling jerseys somewhere.
Harsh.
Harsh. No, he was, the last time I heard of him, he was at Kelty with the man that shall not be named, that was named earlier in this podcast.
Yeah, so depending how you Google and what you search for, he was either last at Kelty or last at Clyde. So, but that at the minute, he's no involved. I think.
Galway Street every 2 weeks.
Number 20, Colin Samuel.
I've no idea, but if I'm Colin Samuel, I'm heading back to Jamaica or Trinidad and Tobago. Or
Close. Falkirk.
Wow. But that was his introduction into.
Yeah, so he so I couldn't find anything, right?
Yeah,
because he was at East Fife a wee while ago, and he
kind of still be playing.
I think he was involved in a team in his homeland or something, and again, just Googling things, because I Google normal things.
Yeah, I hope so.
Unlike yourself. And he was at, Brockville.
Mm-hmm.
He was at the Falkirk Stadium for the United game, in the lounge, doing something with the Falkirk Daft podcast. So I messaged them and said, what's he up to? And he's back in Falkirk, works locally. But they weren't sure if he was still involved in football. And I was thinking just any capacity.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's still in Falkirk.
Living in Falkirk.
Yeah, or that area, certainly. But he's back in that neck of the woods working locally.
Fair play.
So, absolutely.
Wouldn't it be me? I'd have headed him.
Right, on this day, in association with the Arab Archives, 7 History of Dundee Football Club, since 2006, 8th of September, our focus today. It's quite short and sharp, to be honest. There's only one game and one signing to tell you about. 1990 Premier Division. United made it 6 wins for 6 with a hard-fought victory after a bright start. Chances limited, but 9 minutes into the second half, Darren Jackson latched on to Billy McKinley's pass fired home his 6th goal of the season. Late on, Paddy Conley should have had a second, while at the other end, Billy Thompson produced a brilliant save to deny Saints an equaliser at finish United 1, St Mirren 0. Take that in a few weeks as well. And just the one signing, like I said, signed on this day in 2000. He only made 7 appearances for United, and he was a French defender. What's his name?
No Bernard Pasquale. Sure, he played more games than that.
It's not the boy Cherini either.
No, because he was Italian, was he not?
No idea. But I thought that's where you were going.
It's all right. I had Colin Samuel coming from Jamaica 2 minutes ago. French defender.
Yeah.
Lysina, he was the
Nah,
French, was he?
Nah, I think he might have been.
What year? When did you say we signed him?
2000. Paul Sturrock. Alex Smith. It would have been, because that was the season we were fucking nearly done.
Yeah, I've no idea.
I can't even think of a clue on the spot. Stefan Leone.
Oh, I remember the name, yeah. I wouldn't be able to pick him out if he was to deliver my Amazon parcel, though. Stefan, I can't tell you any more than I remember the name, that's it. Was he good? Was he bad? Can't mind.
Neither. I don't remember him.
Didn't work out.
That's the best way to put it.
Didn't work out.
Stefan, sorry. That's the best way to put it. Episode 300. How the hell have I managed to get here? Like we said at the top, without you kind of listening and now watching every week, which I keep forgetting about as I was rubbing my eye there speaking, because we get away with that in audio before.
People can wear a couple of
It's even worse when you see Paul scratching his bars right enough.
Sorry, Mum.
But we generally wouldn't be here if you weren't listening, watching, and supporting the pod day to day. But to think 7th season now, episode 300, Morgaro Gomis. Unbelievable. Thank you so much for listening, for reviewing, for supporting, for buying, for coming to the shows and everything else. We generally didn't take it for granted. We kind of thank you enough. Have a great week. Stay safe. And of course, don't forget to wash your hands and your arsehole.